3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello all, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one and only Ms. Jo Fallak. And the lovely and talented Mr. Justin Thomas James. And we are here this Wednesday night with another one-page dungeon called Pyramid Scheme. I don't know if that's the appropriate sound effect. It could be Pyramid
Dong, dong.
Scheme.
Dong.
I don't really know tonally what we're going for. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. So happy to be here. It's Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. You know what that means. That means we're hanging out, having some laughs, having some giggles, making a giggle factory, and playing some role-playing games. How are you two doing tonight, let me ask yous?
Chit-chat, 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 chit-chat.
That's pretty good, Joe.
I don't know what any
That's
of
good.
the ones.
No, those are good. I agree. I think it's one of those nights. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time watching the INVICTUS stream. Welcome. This is the perfect game to start off with because it's just... That was a chef kiss where I pulled my tongue out. And that's right. It's an 18-plus show. If you are uncomfortable with no words and mature situations, then
Like
this might...
testes.
Like testes.
Kumquat.
Like coming on your testes. These are mature situations and 18-plus scenarios that we're going to definitely encounter tonight. There is a 90% chance that we're going to be using kumquats and testes tonight. So if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. You can go ahead and you can close down the video. You can exit your computer set. You can take the monitor and toss it out the window. You can light your fucking CPU on fire. Those are all things you can do. As long as it's your computer. Don't do it if you're borrowing someone else's. But before you do that, make sure you like the video anyway. I know it seems sort of counterintuitive to be like, why am I liking something that I'm so offended by? Well, because you're wrong for being offended. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the INVICTUS stream! But for real, please join us in all of our social media outlets. We are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, we are on the Facebooks, and we are on probably another social platform that I've completely forgotten about.
YouTube.
Patreon.
Patreon.
That's very true. It's
Patron.
not so much. Patronus? That's right, we're on Patreon. If you're a Patreon supporter, thank you. You are creating quality content like this. Hey!
Oh no.
That's a really long...
It's just like my dream.
That's
Super
a long
long.
boo. We are also on Twitch. I don't use Twitch, but if you're watching us on Twitch, hi, you're the one.
Hi.
Tonight, we are using the World of Dungeon system once again. We are diving deep into this fantastic one-page dungeon sort of pickup game, which we love very, very much. And a few quick announcements before we do that. The Facebook group of these social media outlets is probably the most interesting places where you can get together and have a great old time and comment and share. And when you share really interesting stuff, you might win Most Valuable Post. The Most Valuable Post is the post of the week that we distinguish, that we say, hey, you're looking pretty good. And we like to reward it with a bit of experience points. This week, I would like to announce that the winner is Mr. Marvin Tanner.
Well done, Marvin.
For his fantastic post that only came like a day ago, 2 days ago, about etiquette, where he was talking about like what are some interesting etiquette things, and there was a lot of great comments. Joe had one about bringing snacks.
It's always good to bring snacks.
Yeah,
Always. Who doesn't
You
love
should
some
always bring
snacks?
Yeah, just be snacky because it's kind and delicious. So well done, Marvin. You win Most Valuable Post. You get a little bit of XP. I also want to make a really, really important announcement. This Friday night, we are going to be going to Chronicle Brewing Company in Bowmanville, and we are going to be role-playing some games for you.
So exciting.
Yeah.
We got Justin, we got Chris, we got Harlan, we got Joe.
We got pig iron.
Who's
No pig iron, actually.
What's
Pig
that?
That's a saying from the Industrial Revolution.
What does it mean?
Thank you for contributing.
I'm gonna research that. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I thought so. So that's right. We got all those things, including the 4 best friends that ever existed, and we're gonna be playing games. There's only 3 tables running, so Joe and I are teaming up, and we're doing a double D&D extravaganza where I'm doing the story and she's doing the combat, and we're like, what's it called? Tag teaming back again? Alley-oop, put something. Whoop.
Just
Whoop,
like
there
that.
it is. That's the song that I was trying to remember the other day.
Oop, there it goes.
That's yeah. There's a song like Jump Around. I was listening to Jump Around. I was like, there's another song that's like Jump Around-esque, but I couldn't remember what it was. And it's Whoop, there it is. And I got to listen to it right now. But that's right.
My dad
Go
so
ahead.
much. Sorry.
No, we're like 10 minutes ago. What were we talking about again? The Bowmanville. That's right.
Yes.
If you want a game with us, have us GM for you, or just hang out and get drunk on beers, come out to the Chronicle Brewing Company this
There's no
Friday
cover.
night.
Right? No cover.
Well,
You just
no.
go there and you buy some beers. You support the people who are hosting the event. You give us high fives. High five, high five, high five.
Maybe
nice.
buy us a beer? I mean, no one's going to say no.
I wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no. I don't say no to beers.
Zia noticed your haircut.
My haircut? Thank you, Zia. Is it a compliment, though?
She just said haircut?
Oh, that's...
So
End
could
game XP.
We don't know yet.
Haircut.
the jury's still out on whether or not it's actually good. I'm just going to
So-
take it's good. Thank you.
The
So what's up,
reason
Justin?
The reason
Oh, pig
that
iron.
I know that like pig iron thing is from Civilization 4. When you unlock like the railroad technology, it says, "I fooled you. I fooled you. I got pig iron. I got pig iron. I got all pig iron." And I always wondered what it was. I thought it was like a saying from the Industrial Revolution, but it's actually a Johnny Cash song.
Oh.
It's a Johnny Cash song, "The Rock Island Line."
Everyone's favorite Johnny Cash song.
That's
the
my
most
favorite
popular.
now.
I think it's the most common one
It's the most well-known song, not even by Johnny Cash, but in the world.
by anyone
In
named Johnny
the
Cash.
world.
Fun fact, this song is actually every nation on Earth's anthem.
God, I can't believe we couldn't
God's
remember
too.
that. God's a national anthem.
God only has
God's
one anthem, and it's the Johnny Cash song, whatever the fuck you just said. Ladies and gentlemen, Pyramid Scheme. Also this Saturday night, I'm thinking of doing a spooky stream. We're on the fence about that though now, because we might be doing a Halloween AL party. So, more on that to follow.
Sorry.
Spooks.
Spooktacular! It's October, guys. That's pumpkin spice latte. That's Halloween. That's the autumn.
They're good,
I'm-
actually.
They're so good.
Harlan made a PSL from scratch, and it was delicious. With real pumpkin.
Real pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Yeah, he made a pumpkin spice latte with real pumpkin. It's very adorable.
Wow.
Justin,
Was it
we need to
actually?
do cooking part 2. What are you doing tomorrow night? You want to come over?
Tomorrow night
Invictus, the stream, the schedule.
I'm helping my sister clear her garage so that she can
sounds-
put a shed into her garage.
Sounds
You're
awesome.
a good brother. enough.
Yes, and it's right at dinner time. So
It's okay.
if
Monday
you're
we'll do it.
willing to wait until like 7:30, then
I got a baby. He'll be in
you
bed.
got a baby. See,
That's
the
okay. We'll figure it
problem.
out. Maybe Monday. So there you go. Everyone knows our schedule now.
Now you know where to find Justin.
Hey, are you still going to that dental appointment? Do you still have that?
I am.
on-
Did you want to
on?
come? And I need someone to hold my tooth because I get really nervous.
Yes, I will hold your tooth. And
Speaking of sharing too much information, I had 2, that's right, count them, 2 stream members text me this weekend. So, when you do a spooky stream, Harlan, don't put your phone number in the actual game. I was coming across a telephone in the game, and I was like, oh, I should try my number for... And it's funny, because Joe literally texted me because she was watching. What did you say? You said...
I was like, wouldn't that be funny if, like, you'd put your number into the game and then it called you in real life? And then I was like, but seriously, don't. You shouldn't have done that. That was a
And I was
mistake.
like... And then I got 2 texts the next day from 2 different people who were named anonymous. Yeah, I love you all. Don't text me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to respond to it. You guys are both awesome who texted me. I have no hard feelings whatsoever. But let's not do that anymore.
You don't want Harlan to ignore you, do you?
No.
Is the video still up? Is it?
No,
like,
I unlisted it because I got nervous. I was like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. See,
lesson learned, right?
I mean, we're very, very small potatoes still, but obviously we're larger than small potatoes because we can get texts from
like
randomly putting
russet potatoes.
We're like a russet, yeah. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not a baked potato.
Not baby
We're not a new
potatoes.
potato.
We are not even a twice baked potato. That's the tippy top. That's fucking George Clooney level. We're not even. But then there's sweet
George
potatoes.
Clooney is a twice baked potato.
He is. We're an uncooked russet potato. That really just wants to be mashed. Never scalloped. That's the fucking lowest.
I like a scallop potato.
I know you do, man. To me, it's just too. I don't know what they are. Do you? I don't know. Do you want to play a role playing game or something, or just?
Hey, you know what? Why
I
don't
was
we
kind of
play
thinking
RPG?
about it.
Do you want to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Without further ado,
Why not?
ladies and gentlemen, pyramid scheme. Oops, wait. I forgot. How did I switch this back last time? Everyone keep talking for a second.
That was a really cute pause that you just did where you looked really
wait.
dramatically at the camera.
Yeah, you like that?
And kind of then your dramatic look turned to terror very slowly.
I really enjoy like going
pretty
back
quick
and
switch.
watching the streams. I watched the intro to what's it called, Fever Dream.
And I fucked it up.
See it. At the beginning, like you kind of fucked up, and I love that. I think it's like great. It's just like black, and I was like,
Oh my
wait,
God.
I'm just gonna restart that.
Extra Life is in a month.
Yeah, talk about
Holy
that for a second.
snakes!
We
What day?
are. It's on the 3rd, all day from
Oh my god, less than a month.
from midnight on the 2nd until midnight on the 3rd, essentially.
Are we all just gonna take over Harlan's house? Like, are we just gonna like?
Yeah, I'm definitely
party
planning
around?
to be there the whole time.
Oh, you'll be there. Yeah.
I get cranky if I don't get my naps, so we'll
So I'll
see
need
how
Justin
much
to trade off. My thinking is, I don't know.
Are we gonna do a Stardew Valley role like multiplayer?
Yeah,
Because
there's a few games I
that'd be
definitely.
fucking fun.
There's a few that I definitely want to do. I definitely want to do a Stardew Valley multiplayer. I definitely want to do Call of Cthulhu because it comes out like 3 days before that.
Am I gonna have to bring my computer up?
I don't know. Maybe, probably, right?
Dag yo.
That's gonna
Okay.
be good, though. All right, I figured this out.
What do you think?
Ladies and
Should
gentlemen,
we RPG?
without further ado,
Sorry.
shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, pyramid scheme.
You all meet in a dim restaurant just after sundown. The heat of the day is unrelenting, and the air is a thick haze of incense and tobacco and shisha. A couple of stray cats wind their way onto the patio where you sit, and they meow for your attention. As a veiled server bobs around your table, sliding platters of fragrant food in front of you and refilling cups between the lanterns casting flickering light. The sound of a musician playing some stringed instrument wafts from inside. The man who stands at the head of the table smokes a damp cigarette. He is Bara Ubaid, your prospective employer and the leader of this expedition. Sitting to your left and right, up and down the table, about a dozen other men and women look on attentively, waiting for the pitch. Thank you all for coming. I really am so pleased to see you all here. What a wonderful start. Tonight is the beginning of a really, really wonderful journey for us. Picture me, a caravan, professional and enterprising young journeymen and women set out on a really well-equipped and potentially also really enjoyable trip. He pauses here to mop his brow with a blue scarf that he tucks back into his shirt pocket. I will tell you, there is fortune to be made. There is adversity. We will also have our work cut out for us. To be sure, get on with it, Ubaid. What manner of challenge is this? A man dressed head to toe in black canvas with an oiled mustache interrupts. Ah, yes, of course. Ever the pragmatist, my dear friend. Unfortunately, I have my reasons for being a little bit tight-lipped about the details, even now with you all assembled. However, a little desert gold would go a long way, wouldn't it? And Bara Ubaid unties a heavy leather purse from his waist, which he drops onto the crowded table, carelessly spilling gleaming golden coins everywhere, even into his meal, which he finds amusing. You see, and really this is just a taste of what's to come. Now, you all have your own specialties, and they will be really useful when the time comes. We have here Ibenre, who is an expert with her camels. A stooped and sun-wrinkled older woman stops fishing around for coins long enough to wave at you with both hands. And Versi here, who will be helping us traverse the shifting dunes, and the mustachioed man from earlier just indicates himself to you. But really, I believe you are best to introduce yourself, for there is a meal in front of us. Really, how rude of me. Who are we looking at?
There is a man sitting at the table who is big. His shoulders basically take up the width of two men. He's got giant biceps, and he's hunched over the table. There's a scar across his face, and one of his ears appears to have a cauliflower look, a completely bald head. And he looks up from the table and says, "Oi, why'd it get so quiet all of a sudden? Did someone say something? He turns to the man sitting next to him.
No one said anything. They're waiting for us to say something, Tiny. And say something we shall. And the man standing next to Tiny stands up onto the table, cooking over like glasses of wine and shifting the tabbouleh as like people kind of look on. Yes, this is Tiny, and my name is Captain Matheson Shaw. Yes, the thespian. You may have seen me on the New York stage. What brings us here, you might ask? Well, that is our business, and our business alone. Isn't that right, Tiny?
I came for the food, personally.
Right,
I heard that they have got nice minced meat pies here in this restaurant, so that's why I'm here.
Right, but we're also here for riches and fame, and to lead this ragtag group of nonsensical, quaffled, tiny-minded peasants to riches.
Oh, also the apple blossoms.
Right,
I hear they have very nice apple blossoms here too.
Yeah, yes, and apple blossoms. They are quite nice out here. But that is us, Tiny and Shaw.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, it is really, really just wonderful to have everyone make your acquaintance, and thank you. Would you like a hand down from the table?
No. And Captain Shaw sort of looks around and sort of leans back away and takes his blade and dips down and takes a big heap of some eyeball and like puts it into his mouth. I'll eat perfectly here. Captain Shaw is wearing this big, loose, baggy, sort of frilly, pirate-esque shirt and very, very tight leotards with big boots on the bottom. He has a near-shaved head and a big twirly mustache and dark eyebrows that jut up. And he's got what looks like thin makeup, like powder, on his face almost at all times. So much so that every time he moves quickly, a little cloud gets left. And he takes a taste of the eyeball from his blade, and pulls out a napkin from a big like purple napkin, wipes it, shoves it back in, and helps himself back down very awkwardly, like leaning on Tiny, like basically like climbs down him to get back to his seat.
Oh.
Thank you, Tiny.
There's a woman who's sitting beside you, and she's like covered in this kind of gauzy, silky green material from head to toe. And as the lamplight glistens on the table, it's clear that she's like got tattoos all over her body, even on her face, and she's got all this like smoky makeup and mascara and all this crap. But you can really only clearly see her eyes, and she turns towards you and she says, "You seem to think a lot of yourself. What is your role here? I hear there may be some danger." And as people around you start to eat, the din of the restaurant starts to cover up your conversation. So she starts to engage you individually.
Danger.
Oh, I have an answer. I have an answer to that.
We laugh in the face of danger. Tell her, Tiny.
Oh, I won the strongman competition in East London just last year, so I'm rather strong. I think that might have something to do with why I'm here. Or perhaps it has something to do with my plant tending abilities. I'm very good at growing hostas, mostly just hostas. You know, the ones with the big green leaves.
He grows a beautiful hosta.
And then the little
Yes.
flowers that grow off of that, I do a good job. But my last one just died, which is why I could come on this trip.
Well, don't
It
tell her
must-
that.
Yes, it must be for the hostas, I'm sure. Of course.
Yeah.
Are you
And-
related? You look similar, no?
What? We
No,
Similar.
no.
what? Oh,
Oh, perhaps it's just that you're from a similar place in the
No.
world.
Tiny and I are not related by blood. I mean, his mother and my father were married for 25 odd years, but he's much older than me by at least a week and a half.
Ah, yes, I understand. And so did you come across the ocean a long way to be here for this trip, or are you here a happy circumstance?
Tiny came here by choice, probably. I don't want to go back to America. I don't think it's a place for me anymore.
America? You're not from America.
No. But I did that play. Remember that little production
Right.
in New York City?
Right.
But I
Was that New York City?
Well, it was Delaware. It was New York adjacent. It was a few
Delaware. That sounds right.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to New York City, but it's so far away and the boats take so long.
Right. Yes. It's a silly place. You wouldn't want to go there. This place is much better. Here in where are we again?
We're in the desert, my friend. We are far away from anywhere that is important.
Oh, is that why there's so much sand? I thought we were in Long Beach.
Oh dear, yes, that is why there is so much sand. And so we go on throughout the evening, sort of carrying on, having a couple of drinks, getting to know each other. As I said, there's around a dozen people, and folks introduce themselves to you. You learn their specialities one by one, and from what people introduce of themselves, it appears that you will be taking a trip through the desert to some as of yet unknown, perhaps archaeological site.
I would like to just interrupt the flow for a moment because Mr. David Johns has just donated to our Extra Life campaign.
David John!
Oh my! David Johns.
And additionally, he said he will offer one of his XP to anyone who matches his $25 donation during this stream until he runs out. David Johns.
David Johns. That's
And
incredible. Thank you for your
Very incredible.
generosity.
And during this stream alone, if you donate one of those specific David Johns earned XPs, Justin and I are going to do something really wacky. But I
Whoa.
don't know what.
We did we talk about this?
No, I just want to make it. I want to make people feel.
We'll do it. We'll do something.
I think. How about this? Anybody who donates $25 and gets one of David John's specific XPs has to be one of his. I will do anything that person, if they say donate XP and dance like a chicken or shoot that guy or whatever, I'll do it.
Done. Easy.
Oh, in the game.
In the
Not
game.
like
Oh,
I'm not
really?
going to shoot someone in real life.
Get up.
I
You
think
can
Justin
shoot
and I,
them a smile.
Yeah, I think Justin and I should both agree to do that. I think that's fine, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Of course,
I
this
agree.
game especially.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
anybody who gets one of matches $25, anyone who donates $25 will get. Actually, let's not make David suffer for it. Anyone who donates $25 during this stream will get an XP to use during the stream and get us to do anything that they want.
Perfect.
David doesn't have to lose because of it. Well done, David. Sorry, Joe.
If someone would like to really quickly post that link just for ease,
I will do that.
For anyone who would like to donate, that would be amazing. So, the caravan is set to depart in 2 days. I would like to offer this time to you as PCs to prepare yourself however you'd like. I don't know if there's any like shopping in the bazaar you would like to do, or any like pumping yourself up, or any specific training or whatever, but feel free. I just saw that my dog is like sprawled like this on the couch. It's very
Is that
cute.
a dog?
He is a dog.
I'm not going to prep myself necessarily. Matheson Shaw is researching a role. His secret motivation for being here is he's part of he wants to audition for the newest stage play, and one of them plays an explorer, so he dragged his half brother along to the desert.
Yeah.
I guess.
And Tiny's happy to come. I've never been outside East London before, so this is very interesting for me. Yeah, and I love my half brother. He's my best friend. So I'd fall into the end of the world. Or
So cute.
So sweet.
oh, thank you.
All right.
I love
So-
you too, Tiny.
You set out from the town along a well-traveled road, one that you've traveled before, at least when you came into town. After making camp along the road the first night, you head north out into the desert. The line of camels' footprints soon disappear on the horizon as you distance yourself from all other humans directly out into the dunes. How does this isolation treat you? It must be kind of strange, especially for Tiny as a city boy. Maybe Captain Matheson is a little bit more worldly, but
I keep on asking, are we there yet?
No, we're not,
Brother.
Tiny. We're not
All right.
there yet.
What about now? Are
And
we there now?
No, Tiny, we're not there yet.
All right, brother.
Benray, the little like gnarled old woman who manages the camels, rides beside you, Tiny, because everything that you say seems to elicit this like dry old chuckle from her. You can't tell if she maybe just doesn't understand what you're saying or she thinks you're ridiculous, but
A
Do
big
you know if we're
donation.
there yet?
A big donation from Chris Sparks just came in.
Chris Spark!
Thank you, Chris. Remember, just let us know. Post in the XP spending whatever you want to do. Sorry,
What do you
continue.
want us to do? But that's nice. You've got a lovely laugh. Do you know if we're there yet? Will we know? Will I know if we're there? Because I don't. I feel like we've been walking for hours, and I haven't seen a thing. It's supposed to be something special.
Tiny, you're embarrassing me. I'm trying to do research for my role. And I grab Tiny and I pull him back a little bit. Now, listen. We're on this expedition. It's not... I did research into this. These people don't really know what they're doing. This Bara Ubaid, he's a very wealthy and famous man, but he's always searching after one thing for another. Did you know? They've been on 13 trips and have yet to find a single thing of their artifact. Trying to...
That's not very good.
No. So all we're here to do is a little bit of side coin, because... What is she laughing... What are you laughing about, woman?
That's it.
I think she's off her
What are you
rocker.
laughing about, I said?
Oh! And she sort of spurs her camel and it like clumsily trots up ahead of you.
What?
Oi,
Oh,
oi.
I forgot about this. No, I just wanted
That's
to...
not necessary.
No. You know me. I like to accentuate my points by pointing things. And I just happen to be holding this beautiful gun.
Hey, put it away. Put it away right now. All right.
Keep it in my drawers.
I
I'm going to hold it.
don't want to see you take that out again. All right?
Well,
It's
Tiny!
dangerous. It's dangerous. You should be more like me. with fighting with nothing but these.
Well, I can't afford to do that. My hands are very weak.
Well, that's because you need to learn. You need to learn. All right, put them up. Put them up right now.
I don't want to fight
Oh,
And
anymore.
you're riding side by side on your camels.
Tiny, I don't want to fight anymore, please. No.
Out to do it. All right, block my punch. Here we go.
No. That hurt. Oh, God, I can't see.
No, see, you didn't hold your fists up like this. Of course I'm going to hit you.
I'm trying to, but my wrists aren't staying straight.
All right. Well, brother, I will say, since these people don't know what they're doing, I'm glad that we've got you on this trip. 'Cause you'll be able to show them a thing or two, I imagine.
That's what I'm saying. Ultimately, it's only going to benefit us.
The second night that you camp, you share stories around the campfire with these people. You talk a little bit about where you came from. People share a little bit about their family. You know, get to know them. The stars in the desert shine so brightly
And
out of the
then
complete darkness.
the waiter came over, and he used regular vermouth instead of sweet vermouth in my Manhattan.
The woman is like sitting beside you, but now she's like sauced out of her mind.
Isn't that just so Upper West Side?
Oh, brother,
No one
you
else
tell
is,
the
like,
best
laughing.
stories.
Just the one crazy woman.
And everyone else just looking on like,
I think it's
There's
funny.
There's like a hookah out. People are like smoking some shisha.
Oh, I have a question. I have a
Yes.
question. Can I ask a question? Bara Ubaid? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes, that's right.
Bara.
Excuse me. Yes.
What are you smoking right there? Why are you coughing like that? You keep on taking puffs of this thing,
Yes.
and then you go, you cough it all back up.
Well, it's
is it?
because of my my poor constitution. Dear Tiny, come here. Try some. This is the shisha. It is a very delicious and aromatic herb. It is heavenly.
Is it? And I lean over to Matheson. Is it a drug?
Yes, it's a drug, but it's a good one, probably. Let's not be awkward. And Captain Shaw stands up next to Tiny, and they both sort of crouch over across the fire, and they reach down. And he blows into it and said,
It's very good.
You're blowing bubbles in like
Yeah.
the base of the suitcase. It's like,
Whoa, Tiny, it's so good.
So I just suck on this straw here, and then I.
yeah.
just
Yeah.
so. Yes, of course.
All right. Okay. All right. And I. What is it going to do to me?
Oh,
Don't hold it in like this.
no, you don't. It's just
No.
a special
no.
kind of tobacco. It's just fun.
It's freaking me out, man. It's making
Oh, it-
me feel
It shouldn't
crazy good.
do that. It shouldn't.
The drugs, the drug, Tiny. I'm sure of it. I see stars. And Shaw starts walking around like out into the dark of the desert. Whoa!
He's very good. Wow.
And scene. And that is what New York acting buys you. See, I knew that there's no real drugs in this. I mean, of course, the little bit, as all drugs are. But not in this. This was purely acting. Like, no one's really paying attention either. They're like having private conversations. Like, and
Yes.
that is where we come from.
And I'm leaning in to talk to Bra, and I'm saying, actually, my real question, I didn't want to know about your drugs. I was actually wondering if you could tell us, now that we've been walking on the road, whether what we are doing here, what are we looking for? Why are we on this trip? You're looking for something that's going to make you money?
Well,
Aye.
all right. Gather round, everyone. Let us talk about this very, very, very exciting proposition. You have all decided to come with me for your own reasons. Mainly because you may be very, very rich after we are all through, and really, is there anything money can't buy?
It's common sense.
Now, I've heard a thing or two.
Put that down.
A friend of mine was out in the desert wilderness with his exploration party and found an interesting archaeological site. A really, really interesting place. And I think that we can gain our fortunes there. No, we're not far away. I expect to be there by tomorrow. He consults with Versi, the black-clad man with the mustache, and Versi nods. Yes, tomorrow we will be there.
Oh, you're saying that we're going to be rich?
Yes. Yes,
Lots
Tiny.
of monies? More than $10?
It's
not dollars. That's an American term.
Tiny, surely
Pounds.
it's not. Tiny, it's not going to be more than $10. I think at most, he just dresses everybody. I think at most we're looking for maybe $8 a piece. But
$8?
I
That's
know.
more money than I've seen since I won Superman. Strongman.
You did very, very good, yes. But
Thank
let's
you.
not get our hopes too high, huh?
Well, I could really use $8.
Me
I want
too.
to buy a new holster.
But as long as we get our agreed upon $2, that's what we hoped for when we originally signed up for, then we're going to be pretty happy.
Around the 5th day since you left the road, it is clear there is some problem here. Versi and Bara Ubaid spend a lot of time a few hundred meters ahead of the caravan. Sometimes they're shouting at each other, carries back to the traveling party on the wind. Sand stings your face, blisters erupt on your cheeks and hands from the intense sun. The canisters of water that hang from the camel's flanks make a low sound as they travel. You wonder how much is left. Did someone fuck up? Is this a
I told
mistake?
you, Tiny, this is how every one of these expeditions went. Let me get this show on the road.
And I kind of push up between them and I say,
Now listen here. We've been walking in 5 fucking days, and I wanna find where the fuck we're supposed to go.
And Bara Ubaid sort of jumps and he's like, "Oh, my good man, and now, of course, we are nearly there. I have this map and everything."
I want proof. Show me it right now.
Passes it to you. It's a scrap of parchment with a couple of triangles, a dotted line that leads from the town where you were, a compass rose, and not much else.
Let me look at this. I snatch it and I turn around to Tiny and go,
End scene.
and I walk back to Tiny and say,
Oh, wow, very good, very good.
See, I was
Wow.
pretending to be angry to get this little mapper
here. And I pull over, I ask Tiny to get off his horse and we lay it out over his massive horse because it's like, or camel, because it's like 3 things wide, I guess. And I'm like,
Tiny, where do you think we are on this map exactly?
I think we're right there. You can see based on the topography that the valley goes down and this dune rises up high on a peak that we've been walking on for the past 5 hours. Now this ridge continues on to these strange square shapes here in the sand. Now I don't know what those could be. Maybe it's a bank, maybe it's some sort of office building, but there's 2 of them there. Oh no, actually there's a 3rd one down there, a smaller one as well. I think that if we follow this ridge, that might lead to these bank places, office buildings, and we could ask someone there for directions.
Colin
I would
Burkhart
agree.
just donated to Extra Life. Thank you so much, Colin.
thank you, Colin. And Captain...
Really, really not sure that's a bank. This is the archaeological dig. Can I just have that map back, please, Tiny?
But that's just my opinion here.
I just want to look at the map. Is there anything on it other than just the map? Is there any sort of writing, any sort of...
No, nothing really. It's honestly just kind of a scrawl on this piece of paper.
All right, I'll hand it back. Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure we were going on the right direction.
The 6th day At dawn, you wake to see the end. On the horizon, a wall of sand is whipped up by these terrific winds. Ibenre gathers the camels together. Oh, what's that? Ah! Gathering the camels together
sand, isn't it?
in a circle, trying to provide some kind of shelter. But as soon as the sandstorm hits, everything is just chaos. You feel like you're being polished by this wall of abrasion. You wrap your face in scarves, in fabric, to try to save your eyes.
Tiny's got his fists up.
And
Just
Shaw
anything.
and Shaw is just standing behind Tiny, like picking his teeth. He's like this wall of a man. It's like his head's like right against him.
You eventually, time passes. The sand is stinging your face, your eyes. You can't breathe. You can't see anything. The shifting landscape is just impossible. You can't see anyone else.
I may lose this battle. I don't think I'm gonna win, brother.
Is the sand done? The sandstorm's done?
No, not at all.
Oh,
It's
okay.
continuing.
And I'm like safe behind the tent of his shirt, and I'm like,
You're doing fine. Keep at it.
and I'm like doing something underneath it, like reading a small book or something.
I can't feel my ribs, brother.
Oh God. Fine. Let me take a look.
And I go up under his shirt and pop my head out the neck of his shirt behind him and start looking around.
Oh bloody hell! It is quite bad out here.
And I try to look around for any sort of sign through the sandstorm.
You can't.
very
You can't see
sandy.
anything.
Let's
You
just
are-
start walking.
And I go back under, and I'm like pushing him along the sand.
Yeah, the sand is starting to pile up against your feet as you walk. The dunes are constantly shifting. As you get to the top of a dune, you lose your footing and you roll down into the valley of the next one until you drag yourself up to the crest. You are blind, deaf, can't breathe. Time is passing strangely. And
I don't think I'm going to make it, brother.
You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
And I start.
I
I don't know.
can't
I'm really going to
move. I'm getting buried in the sand.
you do. You're both buried in the sand dune, and you can't say how much time passes before you feel the rays of the sun. You must have passed out. You crack an eyelid.
Oh God, it's so sunny.
And I stand up.
Tiny? Tiny?
All of a sudden, you feel a hand around your ankle as Tiny shoots his hand up in the sand. Oh, leans
And
up,
Shaw
sand
faints.
falling off of him.
Brother, where are you?
Acting? Well done, Tiny. I thought you were gone. I didn't know you were back. Welcome.
I was suffocating under the sand, but at the last second, I pushed myself up with the last burst of energy. Second wind, I call it.
Very good. We should coin that term. Where are we?
And I look around. Is there anything of. Sorry.
You don't see any trace of the caravan that you traveled into the desert with. There are no piece of fabric, no camel hide.
Still have my gun, Tiny?
But as you both
my
comically scan the horizon and turn around, you realize you are standing in the shadow of an enormous pyramid.
And I fire at it. It like echoes out loudly across a big empty desert and just like. Bing.
Oh, startled me. I didn't see it there.
And the sun is beating down on you. You see there's a giant pyramid, and you are alone.
I think, Tiny, that we should enter that pyramid and give them what for. Oh.
What? Who? Give who what for? Why are we giving people what for again? I don't want to give nobody.
Well,
what
we can
for.
give them what 5 or what 6. You can choose, but let's go.
And he starts
7.
walking towards the pyramid.
Fine, what 7?
What 7? Finally, it's my turn to choose what we give them. All right.
Now,
when-
if your
when do you think
calculations
the
are
entrance-
correct... Well, it doesn't matter where the
sorry.
entrance is. It'll be... Listen, and I stop and I turn around and say, if
Yeah.
your reading of the map was correct, all we have to do
Yeah.
is go into this hotel or office building and ask for a cup of
Right.
water. I'm very parched. You did think it was an office building, right? It's an odd-looking one there.
I think it's one of those newfangled ones without windows to increase productivity.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
That's
okay.
my assumption.
Let's do that then.
And they begin walking towards the office building.
You trudge through the sand towards this giant, imposing office building / pyramid. And as you get closer and closer to it, you realize the scale of this thing. It's huge. You seem to be walking for 5 minutes and it's not getting any closer, but eventually you reach the base. It is hewn out of these massive blocks of sandstone, and it blocks out the sun.
You think they've got pie?
I hope so. And do you think my shot I fired ended up doing any damage to it?
Oh yes, bullets are very strong. That's why I don't like them. That's why I don't like you playing with that.
I'm not
Playing with it, and the gun goes off again.
It's just for protection. I have 5 more
well-
shots.
A vulture that was circling around the top of the pyramid just falls out of the sky.
Perfect. Hey, dinner's on. Smash cut to us standing over a fire eating fucking like a turkey leg or something. Or a
And
vulture leg.
actually, you found a small oasis. So smash cut to the two of you. There's like a little pool of water
I'm
and
swimming.
like 4 palm trees and a little bit of undergrowth. It's not big, but it's big enough for Captain Matheson to be having a little spa day.
Captain Matheson
splash
is
cut.
swimming with his like bottoms like completely covered, you can't see, and as he like stands up, he's like, "This is the life," and walks out. You see that he's taken off his white shirt and tied it around like a diaper, just like tied it around his crotch, and he like walks out with this big sagging wet diaper, and he's like, "This is lovely."
Flash cut to Tiny's perspective, where this is no oasis. This is just Matheson frolicking around in the sand, taking his clothes off.
It's
just a mirage.
Lovely. Just like all the sand.
Hop in, Tiny, hop in.
Come in and
I think we need to get some water.
Yes, but we have all this water here, Tiny.
Here, drink some.
Wait a minute. Yes, I think we should go into the hotel.
I'm sorry to ruin your mirage.
No, it's all right. I was getting sunburn on my bottom.
And he takes off his diaper and puts it back on.
I'm getting quite a sunburn myself. This is not weather for bold people.
No, it's definitely not. As he adjusts his toupee. Let's go.
So as you look for an entrance, you have to kind of walk around the perimeter of this pyramid. It's one of those 4-sided dealios, not the 3-sided ones, as you will. And you turn the corner. You see about halfway along one of the sides there seems to be an opening, and actually just outside of that opening in the dunes, partially covered by some sand, there's looks like a tent maybe.
Oh, do you think that's the entrance tent? Maybe that's where they take our registration. Hello?
And I start walking towards him, waving my like purple scarf. The tent.
Hello! Hello!
Hello?
Hello!
And we run over.
Yeah, no one comes to take your registration, unfortunately, to your bemusement or
No, I'm
to your
giving them a
confusion.
negative star on Yelp. You know Yelp, that guy on the corner?
Yep. The tent has clearly been abandoned for years, maybe. Inside of the tent, as you poke your head in, you see a bedroll, 2 small bottles, and a faded piece of parchment.
Wow, look at this. And Shaw goes right down to the bedroll. It looks so nice. It's almost satin. And he's like just so into the bedroll and like totally ignoring the parchment.
Wow. Tiny, have you ever seen something so beautiful?
Well, I found this parchment here. I think.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying about the bedroll? Is it beautiful?
Why do you have to talk about this parchment paper?
So the bottles, are they filled with? What are they filled with?
Liquid. Yeah,
Liquid.
one of
Not
them
water, though.
to be clear liquid. One of them seems to be an opaque liquid.
Oh, look! I found some water. Here, drink some.
Okay.
And I take
you drink
the
it
opaque
first.
one and I start drinking.
You drink the opaque liquid?
Sure.
I don't. That's not the water. I feel like that. I don't think that's water.
You feel mildly refreshed.
I feel.
And if you
mildly
had
refreshed.
any hit points missing, you would have had them refilled.
Oh. I only have a sip though.
Okay, so you feel very mildly refreshed.
Good.
Very mild. Do you feel better?
I feel slightly better, yes. I'm going to keep this.
Right. Well, I found this parchment. I'm going to read it. All right.
It reads thusly, and you have to squint your eyes to be able to discern the thin scratching of ink on this old parchment. It says, Lacam, if you are reading this, you must have escaped somehow. We are going for help, and we'll be back soon for you and the treasure.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have read that.
What? Why? What does it say?
It didn't say tiny. It said Lacam. It's a felony to read someone else's mail.
Oh, Tiny, that doesn't matter.
And I snatch out Tiny's hand.
Oh.
Just, can you read it out loud, please?
And I hand it back.
Oh, it says, basically, Lacam, if you found this, then you've made it out. But if not, we're going to come back for you and the treasure.
Wait a minute!
What?
Where are the other people we're with?
I don't know. Maybe someone in this office building knows.
Yes. Right.
Right.
Oh,
Shall we
well,
go
wait
in?
a minute!
Yes.
Oh.
Right.
He
Right.
said treasure. You don't know. No.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, no. All right.
You
Okay.
don't think
All
it's...
right. No, wait.
No.
Well, I think... Do you remember... Oh,
No.
who was it who said something about treasure
It's-
lately?
Oh.
Someone said something about
Yeah.
treasure.
No.
The word echoes in your mind, and you're trying to piece it together.
It was the...
The baker.
Baker.
The baker said I
That's
was
right.
a treasure for coming in and eating his
Sweet
loaf.
rolls. That's right.
Yes,
so we
the
should go
rolls.
find the baker when we get back to America.
Right. Well,
Good story.
it's been a long journey.
We should
I
go
could
inside
go
this
for-
pyramid and get a rest. This hotel seems
think
to have
so.
terrible service.
Horrible. All right.
And I'll take this and I roll it up and I tuck it away. And we pick up the clear bottle of liquid as well and start hiking towards the pyramid.
Cool. So the tent is pitched in the shadow of this pyramid, and it's kind of directly across from this entrance that you spied when you came around the corner. As you approach the entrance, you notice that it's about 5 feet wide by 5 feet high, so you're going to have to duck a little bit and a bit tiny. As you approach, you realize that there is a stairway that seems to be descending into the earth, into total darkness.
Oh, Tiny. I don't know if we can... I don't know if we...
Acting. And I walk into the darkness.
I thought for sure you were afraid of the dark there.
I don't get afraid of the dark when we have a light, and I start firing into it with flashes of light. Bam! And I walk a few steps. Bam! And I walk a few steps. Bam! And I walk a few steps. Click! Oh. I only have one more magazine.
Right. Well, I also brought this candle. Maybe that will help us.
Fine. And I put my gun away.
Use the candle.
I like candles when I'm reading at night. It makes me feel like I'm in the Victorian era.
Yes, we all read. No one said anything about one of us not being able to read. Why do you keep mentioning reading? Stop it.
Because I like reading.
I know, me too. All the books, especially the ones with the covers. And the ones with the words. They're my favourite.
Mine too. Mine too.
Yes.
All right. And I light the match, and the candle illuminates, and I look around the dark.
Smells like pumpkin.
It is pumpkin. It's a homemade candle.
As the light blooms on the end of the candlestick, it illuminates the narrow corridor down which you are traveling. It, again, is a staircase leading down, and it is festooned with spider webs. Clearly, it has not been traversed in a long time. Who is traveling first?
Probably
I guess
Tiny.
maybe Tiny, yeah, with the light. So Tiny, as you move through this stairwell, you're just getting like strung, but with all these cobwebs, like all over your face, on your shoulders, and
he just walks behind, like,
dragging you.
Quite nice in here, actually. Shame it's a quarter and not a full dollar. I said
I
shame
don't-
it's a quarter and not a
I
full
don't-
dollar.
A quarter.
Corridor. It's
Well,
yeah.
six of one, half dozen the other. I
That's-
presume.
on something.
All right. Oh, look at this!
Oh,
I
that.
say. Oh, just more spider webs.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought it was
And-
cotton candy.
You stumble for a second as your feet register that you are now ceasing to walk down a staircase. The way that you sort of stumble when you get to the end of a set of stairs in the
Ooh.
dark. You are now
Ooh.
walking down a flat corridor. There seems to be a noise coming from up ahead.
Oh, wait. Do you hear that?
I think I do.
It's kind of
Right,
a
let's-
rattling
Ooh,
sound. Why don't you both roll awareness?
right.
awareness.
You know-
I got 5 plus, what's awareness? Intelligence, maybe?
Sure.
So
I'm starting-
6.
I'm starting to think, brother, that maybe this isn't a hotel or a office building. I'm thinking maybe this is neither of those things.
You don't think this is for a mummy, do you?
Oh, actually, I think very much that's exactly what it is. I read in a book once about a pharaoh who lived in a building that was shaped like a triangle, like this.
You
And
don't
that actually, now that you think about it, and he was sarcophagized and made into a mummy.
Yes, we
In a
all
building
read. You don't have to
like
keep
this
reminding
one.
everyone. We know
Ah.
everyone reads.
It's a pyramid. We're in a pyramid right now. I
What's
think
that?
a pyramid. It was like it's a shape.
What
It's
kind of
a
period?
shape.
Like the one after a sentence, because I can read.
Not.
Oh, you
not
mean like
exactly.
a section of time? Like if you
It doesn't
use it, so-
matter. Basically, we are in a tomb for mummies.
You want to hear a tune?
People who are wrapped up in linens and walk the night as dead people. I think maybe we're not. Maybe it is an office building, but I
This-
think based on certain things I've seen, it might actually be a pyramid full of mummies.
The sound of your voice changes as you enter a room, the dimensions of which you can't make out because of your light source being so tiny.
All right, you wait here. I'm going to go into each of the corners and illuminate everything with the candle. All right. If you see something, I want you to.
If I see something, I don't know if I'll be able to even acting. Don't worry.
I thought for sure you were scared. That was
I
very
know.
good. That was
That's
very
why
good. That
I'm
was
the
your
best
best
there
performance
is.
yet. Your best one, I say, as I'm walking back to the corners and
So-
illuminating the room.
Are you going like a clockwise direction, counterclockwise direction?
Oh, definitely counterclockwise. Reason being, when I was a boy, I always found that if I turned right when I entered the room, good things happened to me. If I went left, Also, good things happen to me. But I'm also right-handed, so I just ended up doing that.
You're just talking to yourself as you're walking along.
That's right.
Yes,
that's
I
right.
know you always do this, brother. I don't understand why you need to tell me every time. Just go left.
It just feels right going right. You know.
Wait.
You illuminate the first corner, and there's nothing. Can't really tell how high the ceiling is, but you've walked maybe 15 feet away from your brother before you end at a wall, and so far there's nothing.
Oi, brother!
Yes?
Guess what?
What?
I've discovered nothing in this corner. I'm going to go to the next corner.
You don't have to tell me if you discover nothing. All you have to do is say
Well,
nothing.
I don't want you thinking that I've discovered something important I'm not telling you, all right? I'm going to tell you either way as I go to the next corner.
As you go to the next corner, the scrabbling sound that you heard from the corridor reverberates from within the room, kind of echoes around all the different walls, and a dark shape moves just at the periphery of your candlelight.
Well, brother, I've got
I
good
told
news and
you,
bad
you
news.
don't need to tell me nothing if there's nothing.
No. Good news. Good news is I get your joke about corridors and corridors.
Oh, did you?
No, I
It's
get it
quite
now.
clever, eh?
Also, we're not alone in this room. There's someone else here. Thought you should know the source of the scrabbling sound. I'm going to put down the candle. I'm going to raise my fists. Get your gun ready.
And as you put down the candle, like a couple of pointed arachnid legs hove into the field of candlelight as a giant scorpion raises itself up.
Oh
and
my god.
Goes to snip you in its claws.
Oh.
And I'm like around the corner, like leaning against the wall.
What do you see? I don't want to come in there if you're tricking me.
It's okay. I thought it was a spider, and you know how I don't like spiders. It's just a
Right.
giant scorpion.
Yes, I'm sure it is. What is it really?
It is. All right. And so, do I have to dodge this thing?
Yeah, why don't you try to dodge out of the way? What does that do? How is that? Is that a thing that you can do?
Dexterity.
You can
Do
do
that.
anything you want when you're a
Is it
dinosaur.
athletics? I think it's athletics. I'm rolling.
Sure.
To try to get out of the way. Here we go. Rolling 2d6s, right?
Yes, please.
You got it. There you go. That's a 9 plus
Nice.
2, so that's 11.
Nicely done. So what happens?
All right. So it snips at me, and I'm like, "You're not a spider. I'm not scared of you." And I block one of the snipper dips, and I go in for the punch to the face.
Let's see how that goes.
All right. So that is an 8 plus 2. All right, and also plus 1 for my skirmish ability. So 11.
Cool. 11. So how much harm does this beastie take?
That is a good question. Now, how do I?
It's
you
probably a
have-
light weapon, maybe.
Yeah, we'll say light weapon, maybe a D6.
All right, I'll roll.
Yeah, it's a
I'll roll
D6.
D6. Reset. There we go. Rolling. That is a 2. I don't do
Cool.
much damage.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say
Wow.
because this is an armored beastie, he's gonna only take 1 of that damage from you.
All right.
And
Oh.
it makes a terrifying little scream with its little mandibles.
Hey, brother.
What?
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard your silly little voice, and if I come over there and you're pulling one on me and I walk around the corner, I am going to be...
And I fire like accidentally, like whipping it. It goes right next to Tiny's head.
I'm going to be so angry.
And I will roll.
You're gonna try to attack this creature?
Yeah.
Accidentally? Okay.
5 plus 2 because dexterity. 5, 6, 7. So that is a hit. Partial success. I do it, but there's some cost, compromise, retribution, or harm.
Yes, sir, there is. Why don't you roll some damage, and I will narrate unto you the cost.
So
The cost being that your loud reverberating noise has attracted yet another foe, and from the darkness behind you, you hear the skittering sound of another creature.
I do 6 damage, and as I
Oof.
fire it, I'm like, "Oh God, you won't lie to me, Tiny."
And you explode one of his claws, and he screams sadly.
Poor thing.
The scorpion tries to sting with his little sting tail. Pew,
Uh-oh.
pew, like
Don't
that.
do it.
Pew pew pew.
Tries to get him.
That's the one. Going for brother.
Going for Tiny.
Going for Tiny. All right.
And it misses. Its stinger clatters against the stone wall as Tiny ducks and dodges out of the way. And then the scorpion comes up behind Captain Matheson and tries to get him with his claws. And scores a hit. Captain Matheson, you take 4 damage.
What's my health
dear.
again? I
I
forget.
don't know.
What's my health again? What's my health again?
Nobody
So
likes
what
when
is
you're
it?
Matheson.
Nice.
Oh,
All right. So I just learned that if you've got a light weapon, you it may be wielded as a secondary weapon, allowing you to re-roll damage once per attack. Includes daggers, short swords, hand axes. I'm
Especially
assuming
using
fists
fists.
as well.
Sure.
So just to remember that in the future. All right,
What happens next? Tiny,
brother.
you just dodged underneath a stinger as one of the scorpion's claws exploded from the gunshot, and then you hear your brother get clawed.
Brother! I shout as I grab for the tail of the scorpion to try to grapple it and swing it around. Smash it against something, hopefully. So,
Okay.
all right. I'm going to roll my athletic,
Rolling.
whatever that is.
Rawhide.
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 There we go. There we go. All right, that's
Nice.
11
Hey.
plus 1, so that's 12.
That is an absolute success.
Critical.
You get to dictate exactly what happens.
All right.
Take it.
So I grab the scorpion by the tail in a rage, knowing I've got to go and help my brother. And I'm going to spin the scorpion around, and around. And I remember the corner that I saw, the corner that I thought had nothing. But no, it didn't have nothing. It had a wall, a hard wall. And so, with all my strength, I whip the scorpion thing at that corner with nothing in it and smash it against the wall.
Its chitinous body falls to pieces with the strength of your blow.
I'm coming, brother!
And you start
I
running
shout.
across the room. Captain Matheson, what do? You are being clawed.
And I try to fire at the thing's head.
It's got its claw around your middle, and you just kind of
Fire
try to
right at
aim
its
in the darkness.
face hole.
Yeah, it's got those creepy little eyes that like.
And I hit with
Arachnid.
I hit with a 12.
So you do exactly what you want to do. Also,
I do it perfectly with some extra benefit, so I'll roll damage just for
do
argument's sake.
perfectione.
But I think it's gonna die anyway. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have done 6 damage for it anyway. But do I kill it?
No, because it hasn't taken any damage yet. But you blow its eyeballs out, so it's blind now. And like gore splatters all over.
God! Oh, tastes like lobster.
It's gonna try to claw you with its other claw.
Bring it on, bitch.
Blindly, so it's gonna take a little bit of a
Negative.
yeah. It succeeds in hitting you, but it's only a partial success. So what would you like the cost or retribution to be?
That
So
it
deal a little bit of damage to you, but not.
that it cuts off its own arm.
Sure. Yeah, so
Damn.
it's already got one of its claw hands on you, and then it comes in with the other claw, and it accidentally, like, it snips through part of your body, but it, like, chops off part of its own hand. You take another 3 damage,
I'm dead.
and it... What?
I'm dead.
How many damages do you have?
7.
You only have 7 hit points?
Yeah, man.
Whoa. I thought Justin had, like,
yeah.
infinity.
I've got 17 because I've got 2 constitution points. I got 1, and I've got hardy as my skill, which gives me +6.
Tiny, as you see Captain Matheson fall in the clutches of this scorpion at the same time as it also kills itself somehow, you remember that your brother had some kind of liquid
That drink,
inside of
that drink
Sure.
that made him, I say this as a tear is going down my cheek, and as I'm running towards him, that drink that made him feel mildly better. Maybe if I can just make him feel mildly better, it will be enough. I say this as I jump into the air and smash into the already dead scorpion, doing like a body slam.
Yeah. Shatter its
Brother!
carcass.
No, brother! I say as I reach down to the ground. No, and I shake his jerkin. You have to be all right. You have to be, and the bottle falls out. I had already forgotten. Oh, right, all right, brother. Drink this. I know it doesn't taste very good. Actually, I have no idea, but drink it anyway. And I just like shove it down his throat. Brother, brother. Brother.
Tiny?
Are you alright? I think you did. I saw it stab you with its claws.
Tiny.
I don't know why I said it with a whisper.
There's no God. There's nothing. There's nothing.
What?
I think
No
I'm an
God?
atheist now. No, there was nothing. It was completely God. It was blackness. It was
Atheist.
just nothing.
You're not going to become an atheist. That's a new
I
fad.
think I have to be.
Well, I saved your wife. Your life, not your wife. I saved
No,
your life.
she's dead. Thank you. Tiny, it was so scary. It was so cold. And there was a bright light. And there was nothing. There was still nothing. There was nothing there.
Was it
Acting.
really?
Of course,
I
there's a
knew it.
god.
Oh, you
It's
got
the
me that time
20s.
too. Oh, brother.
Gotcha. But I
And you're
didn't really
like-
die.
Like, there's like viscera from
Yeah.
like a giant scorpion on you, just like joking around.
That's a bit of shell. Yeah,
Well-
so apparently I'm very weak. We need to be much smarter about that. But I think I'm probably
Alright.
back up to full hit points now.
Well, I'm thinking we already killed 2 scorpions. Probably, what are the odds that there's more dangerous things here in this pyramid? I'm thinking maybe there's not too many.
Nah, probably not. Let's go.
And I'm gonna check their corpses for anything.
Let's just take a peek-see. Oh, you know what I think, Tiny?
And like cracking open this gun. I think someone's been hiding a coin purse. And I like search around and there's the guts like all squishy and like and I like pull out a gallbladder.
What's this? Is this? Oh no. But there might be something in here. There's. Oh, that's its heart. Okay, no, I don't think there's anything in there. That's gross.
And Tiny has gone and picked up the candle and has continued looking around the room.
At the back of the room, Tiny, you discover that there is a arched doorway, and among that back wall, it seems like the desert wind has blown in debris and stuff. There's just a like kind of pile of sand pushed up against the wall. Amongst the sand and scattered debris, there's some skeletal remains and a small amount of scattered gold and silver coins, not unlike the ones that were thrown so casually on the table by the man who decided to bring you on this accursed expedition.
And as you see those coins, I'm digging.
I think I found almost something worthwhile. I'm like pulling out like intestines and things.
Hey, brother,
Yes?
brother. I think I found something. I think if you're done over there playing surgeon, they might want to look at this.
And I walk
Alright.
over and I'm like up to my like elbows. Actually, I'm just entirely covered in like viscera from like everything.
Gray and green. Actually, why don't you roll survival for me, please?
Sure.
Colin wants to spend XP to give Tiny a weapon of his choice.
Nice.
I will absolutely allow that, Colin.
7, probably 8. I'm guessing it's wisdom.
Yeah, it occurs to you that you might be able to use some of this carapace. You remember seeing Tiny try to come to blows with this creature and dealing less damage than he normally would have.
Yes. And I go down and I start sawing off the tips of the tails. And I walk over and I'm like,
You can wear these as gloves, brother.
it's like the big hard carapace tip of like this thing. You like can stick your hand. It's like all soft and squishy.
Nice.
Really? You think? My goodness. All right, bring him over. I'm gonna try this.
That's
And I
awesome.
stick your fists in them.
I'm gonna count that as a martial weapon. Maybe we'll give a little bit of
Daggers.
poison damage to those.
Yeah, definitely poison damage.
Cool. So that's your XP from Colin. That's the weapon of your choice, or was that just like scavenging fun times?
Nope, that's what I want. I want to be able
Oh, you
to
want
do
snippers?
this.
I was thinking, you know how they have like the stinger. I was thinking you're just wearing these like
Oh.
balls
Tails,
on your
like,
hand, like
like
wow,
gloves,
wow.
like
I
boxing
see.
gloves, but made
Gotcha.
of like scorpion stingers.
Boxing,
alright,
but
no.
hard and like pointy,
All right, I'll take these instead.
like a single
thought
Wolverine
it was something
claw.
else.
It's a good look.
Fring. All right, brother. I feel slightly more prepared here. Maybe we should move on to the next room. I don't think we're going to be able to get through that doorway, though.
Oh, leave it up to me! And I walk up to the doorway. And for like a few minutes, you just see me like sparking
kind
in
of-
the darkness. Ha! And I take that! And I turn around all sweaty and tired. No, it's locked.
No,
it's sand.
It's
Mostly
just an
sand.
open, arched doorway
It's
through which you
locked.
can easily traverse. There's no door. But I really love the idea of you kind of just, wait, babe. Around.
And I turn around and I say, "Come, brother, I've cleared the way." And it's like been clear the entire time. I walk-
Wow, good
and I
job,
walk in
brother.
like dancing,
Well done.
I'm like jabbing the air and skipping forward.
There's a long, dark, and dusty staircase leading up from this room. Seems like maybe you're traveling back up to ground level, perhaps.
Oh, do we want to go back up to ground level?
Well, why not? I feel like we might as well.
Agreed! Ha! 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 And I start hopping up the stairs, poking the air.
This is fun. It's like we're on an adventure.
We are on adventure, brother. Do you remember in the old days when we used to run around the family lot and play quest? This is just like that, except now I died. Ha! 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 Ha!
As you get to the top of the staircase, there is a landing, and as Tiny follows Captain Matheson up with the dim light of a single sputtering candle, reveals a tall statue of some ancient god, the body of a human man in a skirt, the head of some sort of dog, maybe. He's holding a staff in his hand and some kind of icon in the other.
How many statues did you say?
One.
Oh, one statue. Ooh,
One
skirting.
statue. He's a man body in like a skirt clothing
I
with like
wonder,
a staff
brother.
and an icon, and he's got like a dog head.
I have an idea, brother. And I sheathe my
Alright.
sword and I walk over
Alright.
all serious like. And I walk over to the statue and I grab its legs and I look up its skirt.
Yes, yes.
It's obscured by cobwebs.
I can't quite see it, but I feel like there's a penis in there.
And we're gonna stop there for the mid-game pose.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a part of the game where we stop the action and we jump over to the Facebook group to ask you a question about tonight's game. That's
The
right.
mid-game post for tonight
You having fun, Jolene?
I'm having so much fun, and my name is not Jolene. What is the
Jolene.
how do I say, what is the Egyptian deity I just described
We have to know real world knowledge.
as a statue?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
this is a tougher
Almond-Ra.
one. Tougher one. I mean, you don't have to know it for this game to work, but that is for our viewers. So go ahead into the Discord, find the mid-game post, and go hog wild.
I just don't understand why a car wouldn't work. Why do all these people need a new bus?
Acting.
Was that seamless? I didn't see.
That was good. It was perfect, actually.
Was it actually? Good.
Mm-hmm. So, are you having a fun game?
I'm having a great time. Are you having a great time?
I'm having an amazing time.
Are you
Oh
having
my
the best
god.
time ever?
It's the best night. I'm having the most fun game night. I'm so glad that you're here with me enjoying this game night. Would you like some
Okay.
wine?
Please.
Cheers. Ding.
You excited for Friday?
So excited. I
I've
can't
decided
wait.
I wrote some more today. I'm adding
You're gonna
more
send
role playing fun into it
Good.
because I kind of thought let's be fun about it. I wrote a little intro.
Wait, you want to run a fun game?
I have a rhyming scheme for you to say as the fortune teller, and I figured
Oh, you wrote out lines for me.
just no, like a rhyming intro, and then you can answer any questions you want.
That's
It's like-
awesome.
it's a poem.
Don't spoil it, but it's gonna be really fun. Harlan is so I pitched the couple of combats that I want to have in the game, and then Harlan and I spitballed back and forth to try to come up with an outline as to how we want the game to go. Harlan's gonna fill in some details about role-playing aspects, storyline, and then I'm drawing the maps. So we're really doing this as a team effort. I'm excited for us both to be behind the DM screen, plotting.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for a bit of role playing fun and some combat action.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's filling up pretty fast. We already I think we got 6 or 7 people signed up for the night already.
That's awesome.
Out of only a possible 15 slots, so that's like almost half full.
I just hope everyone is signing up on the Warhorn and not just on Meetup saying that they're going to attend, or
No,
you know what I mean,
this
on
is
the
the
Facebook.
Warhorn that I'm counting.
It's
I
great.
haven't. There's also people in the meetup that I'm like.
I think people signed up on the Meetup without realizing that they have to actually RSVP properly. People just don't know how to do it.
I
Right?
know. I also got the Whippy one to post as well. The Whippy one to post. So we have Tag that's mentioned it, and we also have the Whippy one.
Yeah, Jeff. Harlan and I are going to be co-DMing the D&D game. Justin will be running Blue Rose, and Chris will be running Numenera. So it's going to be super fun. And then obviously we're going to be just hanging out with the Chronicle Brewing guys for the rest of the night after the games. And so
The Chronic Watkins of Brewery.
their fucking beer is so good. I don't know how to talk about this without sounding like a idiot fangirl, but they're
Not an idiot.
all puns and they all taste golden. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
John Cow 89 is our contact there. So if you have any questions, he's hanging out right now, chatting along. And,
Yes.
I'm thinking we do some DMing, and then we hit up the Nintendo 64 and play some Mario Kart.
I don't know if we mentioned on stream, but they have got like a big screen set up with like theater style seats. I think there's 4 seats that with like the cup holders so that you can have your beer and like play video games while you're hanging out at the brewery. It's a really cool place. If you guys are in Ontario at all, or even in New York or the adjacent states, you should definitely make a road trip just to go see them. For
Or
sure.
we go out in the parking lot after and we have a fight club.
Yeah, we could do that too. If you follow them on Facebook or Instagram, they post pictures of the new brews that they come up with, so you can see the cool designs. There was one that had Lando Calrissian on it.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that one was
what
called,
it
John?
called?
What was the one with Lando Calrissian on it?
It was like Lando Cal We Alien or something. It was something.
That's not what it was.
I don't know. But they
Close.
just started printing out the Ignorant Farmer.
Yeah,
They
they're
liked-
doing another run of it.
They liked our label so much that they were like, oh, we got to make this like our quote unquote permanent. At least they're going to do another 1,000 run of it for their amber wheat ale. So they got Rob to do a full label. I have it on my Facebook story right now because it was so
So
cool. and John
awesome.
sent us the
Yeah.
video.
That's not you, is it? That's not your hand. I was
What?
like, those ain't Harlan's thumbs.
No,
Putting
no,
the
no.
label on the
That's,
can.
No, John. That's John's. Lando
Lando
Caljusian.
Caljusian.
I told you it was
Yes,
something like that.
The juicy IPA. Tasty. Tasty stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm still drinking some of this.
Did we try
delicious
the
stuff.
Donkey Kong too?
No, we're gonna have to.
We had to do a bunch of flights. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to Uber home.
I wonder how much an Uber would be there and back.
Let's not worry about it. It's just an expense. Just a part of life, you know?
Meaning we're definitely gonna Uber.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get drunk for sure.
Yeah, I know you are, but I don't want to. I want to.
Well, maybe we'll get Chris to drive us there, and then we'll Uber home.
So he goes farther. That's a good call. Or Justin. See what Justin wants.
Yeah, Justin. He's in the bathroom right now. but-
D designated
Yeah.
driver.
No,
He wants to be.
he doesn't want to be.
Who knows? But it's gonna be so fun. You
Who
should hang out.
knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows, eh? Also, I just bought Ranger spell card.
Why is that,
DM's
Harlan?
drink free. Did you see that?
Shut up,
That's what he just said.
John.
You don't want to say that with us.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take advantage of that.
No
Plus,
takesies backsies.
when I am at an open bar, I still tip.
Well, now she tips for both of us. Did you know that?
Of course. I do.
Also, I cannot DM drunk, so it's gonna be like, not much drinking and then hard.
Things are going to be really, really responsible, and then they're going to
And
get
then
messy.
they're gonna get really, really messy and make. some
How's
mistakes.
can we do baby monitor check? How's
Actually,
Honey
that's a
doing?
good idea. Well, I would just have to leave you alone on camera.
Oh, well, I thought you would have the monitor in the room with
I
you.
didn't bother because I figured I would just be checking.
He's just down the hall.
Yeah, he's like literally down there, and the worst thing that happens with the baby is I'm not gonna think about that.
They poop themselves.
Baby.
I will take a peek. You guys can talk for a sec.
Justin, are you going to be our designated driver for Friday?
For this Friday? No.
No.
Well, maybe.
No.
Because I am going to be driving home. I'm definitely going to be driving home.
I
So,
think
yeah.
we should all share an Uber there and back. The three of
Should
us.
share an Uber there and back. I'd be so down.
We should do that. Then we don't have to worry
Let's do
about
that.
it. I'm very
Yes,
much about
let's
safety
do that.
first.
100% safety first. And you probably know a lot about blood alcohol content level and how
Not
much
very
it takes.
much. Just
No?
don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
I mean, personally, I know how much it takes for me to not be okay to drink, and that's more than 1 drink per hour.
Yes.
Nod, nod, nod.
Right. But also, yeah, I think an Uber is a great idea. It'll be so cheap if we all split it.
Yeah, we're all gonna split it. How's the babe?
You know what the toughest? He's good. You know what the toughest thing about having a cute little baby is? Not wanting to just be like.
Kiss,
Every
huddle,
time.
huddle.
I just honestly, I open the door. I'm just like, oh, Like, I just want to
Is he
wake him up.
sleeping on his front like this in a little
no,
ball?
you know what? He honestly, he looks like he hasn't even stirred since I put him down. Like he's like still under the blanket. He's got like one leg down. Is that doing?
Big day for little boy.
He had swimming today, so yeah.
Oh, so tiring. Aww.
Enough of this nonsense. Let's fuck up some mummies.
Oh, wait. We need to
sorry.
roll for the mid-game post. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 correct answers. John Cow says, whoever he is, he's a very good boy. I like that.
Aww.
So I'm going to roll 1d10 on my d20 dice app, which I like very much. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. I rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Carly, you get mid-game XP. Woo, woo, woo! Congratulations. Anubis is indeed the god who we are looking at here at the top of the steps inside of this pyramid of doom. You cannot see if there is a dick under Anubis's skirt.
The mystery remains. Well, Tiny, let's go home.
And I turn
I
around and I
should
begin walking
say-
back down the steps.
That this
All right.
landing is not the end. So
I
there's
know.
the statue
He knows, and I know.
in the landing. So there's the stairs and the landing, and then the statue on top of the landing, and then around the corner there's another set of stairs going up. So Anubis is hanging out on the landing of a set of stairs, which continues up into the darkness.
What's he got there in his hand?
I'm trying to see, but there's cobweb. Oh, in his hand. I don't know.
And
He
I
looks
take
like
a look.
some sort of relic. Sorry. I found some old pizza.
Some old Egyptian
Some mummified pizza. It's delicious.
I bet it is.
I'm gonna do a scribble dip around the Winkeldink.
Okay. You mean you're carefully examining the statue?
Yeah, that's what I said. 9, 10, 10. For light
You
perception.
discover that the staff seems to, as Tiny gets closer while he is kind of chewing on this mummified pizza, the candlelight illuminates the fact that the staff seems to be a little bit less dusty in places than the rest of the statue, and indeed, as you examine the place where it meets the hand, it appears that the hand is actually on a hinge and can move.
And I'm gonna do it in very Abbott and Costello style and say, I wonder if this does, and pull it.
You pull the staff down. And there's this shuddering, groaning sound, and the paving stones underneath your feet seem to kind of shudder as you hear like this terrifying grating.
Oh God, Tiny!
Acting. We should look into what that was.
I was a little scared myself.
I wasn't
was that?
scared.
A whoosh sound. What could a whoosh sound be, eh?
Could be a vulture falling out of the sky when I shot it.
Right, it could be. Or it could be a trap that we've just activated and now there's a giant boulder rolling down the stairs toward us.
Highly unlikely, but a strong possibility. Let's look around.
Did it open anything?
Not that you can see.
I walk around the statue.
The statue itself is sort of leaned up against the wall on this landing, but the stairs do continue up and to your left.
Let's go up and left.
Do you want some mummified pizza?
No, you know that I don't eat cheese. It gets me all farty.
Well, I think the cheese has been eaten by vermin already.
Why would that make it more appealing, Tiny?
Well, it's working for me.
Let's
As
go
you're standing on the landing, coming from up ahead of you, through the darkness of the stairs that lead up, you hear
Hi.
Hello?
I think
Would you
someone's
like-
saying hello.
That was me.
Hello?
Hello.
No, not you. I'm saying hello to whatever's up there. Hello?
Right.
And again, you hear the sound.
Think it's a draft?
Probably. Should we go stop it?
I could use a breeze.
All right. Why don't you go upstairs first? I'll
Last
cover your
bite.
bum.
No, alright. For me.
No, you can have it. I'll cover your bum.
Alright. Hello, we're coming up the stairs now.
How many bullets do you have left, Captain Matheson?
Unlimited.
I thought you said you had one clip left.
Full of unlimited. Well, it's like
Unlimited clip.
I don't know.
No.
It's statted as a bow, but they don't have arrows as a cost.
Great. So unlimited.
Well,
Unlimited.
I just mean to say like
I think you probably have like old-timey cargo pants,
yeah,
and the ones that aren't full of sand are full of bullets.
yeah. I mean, I'm
And
not
some
gonna
of
be
them have
firing.
sand and bullets.
I mean,
I'm not gonna worry about ammo for this game.
it's a mixed bag. So Tiny, you're leading the party with your meager candlelight.
Yes. And my pincer claws. Not
Scorpion
pincers, Scorpion
tail.
tails.
Boxing
Scorpion
gloves.
tail, boxing.
Scorpion tail,
glove.
boxing
No,
gloves.
you're like-
I've actually...
Delicately holding. Wait, no.
No,
You have
no.
one.
Let me tell you. I'll explain this.
Tell me all
So,
about it.
while my brother was opening the door down below, which he did a very good job at, I was faceting some holes in the claws, just poking it out with a knife, and then making finger holes for
Oh, I
myself,
love that.
so I can put that through, and then I
Dope.
can punch, and then still hold candles, and
It's like those fingerless gloves.
fingerless gloves. That was Tiny's inspiration, actually.
I was imagining you with like your fist inside each glove and a spike on the top of each glove, and the pizza just impaled on one of the spikes, and you delicately chewing on it.
That is how I was eating the pizza, actually.
I had
That's-
pictured that the fucking you melted the candle wax and then stuck the candle
Oh,
and just stuck
fuck
to one of
yeah.
the gloves.
I like that because you don't have to worry about like dropping the candle to fight.
Yeah.
So Tiny, as you are having a snack and eliminating the way, you continue to hear this
Right.
kind of breathy, echoing sound reverberating through the staircase, and you get to the top of the stairs. The candlelight shows that you have a long, dark, cobweb-filled corridor ahead of you.
Right. Hello.
And
We hear you breathing. Breathing, rather. Are you all right?
you hear
Or are you just a draft?
I think I have. And Captain Shaw reaches down and pulls out breath mints.
Yes, I have a thing of breath mints.
And I like hand it to Tiny and I'm like, yeah, give this to him. And I
Who? You say someone.
Well, whoever's
Oh,
going,
right.
because obviously they have terrible breath. It smells in here.
And Tiny, as you continue slowly walking down this corridor, you see a gloomy shape begin to emerge on the end of your candlelight. Something seems to be hovering toward you.
Hey, brother.
Yes.
I think. Are people supposed to hover like that?
A ghostly hand reaches into the periphery of your candlelight and tries to touch your chest.
No, whoa,
No.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Are you Lackham?
Yes!
Ah,
Oh.
beautiful. We have a note for you.
and I reach down like totally unfazed.
This says if you're reading this, you must have escaped somehow. We are going to get some help. We'll be back for you. Oh, and the treasure. Listen, friend. I hate to break this to you, but you're dead. Capuzzo. End of this world. Not in ours, but wherever you might be. How do we put this? Go away.
And it flies at Tiny. Vengeance!
No. And I'm going to command it. I'm going to try to command,
Okay.
which is the only other skill I took.
Tell me all about it.
You can attempt to command any spirit or demon, etc. So,
This definitely falls within the etc. Yes.
yeah. So, I'm going to try to command it and to... In this world, it's a wizard skill, but I'm using it as a charm skill. Because
Wonderful.
I want to. So, 7, and because I'm skilled in it... How does it work? Oh, if you have an applicable skill, you can't miss. A roll of 6 or less counts as a partial success, but with bigger compromises or complications. So, it's a success.
It's a mixed success.
Yes. Well, I still add charisma to it because I'm using it as a charisma skill, so it'd be 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 to 9. So it's normal result.
Yeah, mixed success. So, what was your intended result?
I guess to sort of talk about it. I mean, talk to
You want
us.
to have a conversation?
What do you think of this thing, Tiny? No, I'm going to be like,
Now listen, you're dead. I understand why you want to have vengeance for those that have killed you. You seem like a good chap, Lackham. Why don't you tell us about your party? Who killed you? And why? And where's the treasure? And how do we get it out?
So you want it to do what?
I want to
What
enter
is the
ghost
intended
therapy.
result?
well, when I
I'm
was in the stage
picturing-
production of Death of a Salesman, they fired me from it, and I went to a smaller production called Therapy RU. And I played a therapist in a pretty convincing role. One reviewer said I was atrocious. So I want to try to therapize this ghost a little bit. I want to try to get
So the-
deep down into him.
This ghost creature is launching itself at your half brother with
Yeah.
skeletal arms outstretched, about to try to suck the life out of him, and you want to talk about
It's Fifi.
stuff. It's feeling.
I want to break it down, throw on my glasses and get in character. Lackham, you have unfinished business. Have a stone seat and let's talk about what makes you you, my friend.
I will say you succeed in distracting it enough. It's kind of bamboozled by your strange approach.
You don't want to get full wacky on us, Joe.
No, not yet. It might take a few more hard successes for that. For us to go into group therapy in the middle.
ghost. I didn't want to.
It literally says, play him real mean for me in the instructions to this.
Aw, well, we owe
dungeon.
them that much. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So he's distracted long enough that Tiny
He can be
is
mean
able
talking about his
to-
feelings. Can we still role play it that he's like engaging with me, but still terrible and mean?
He's like, what do you mean?
I'm saying that you have unfinished business, and as a spirit, I think we need to deal with
No,
this.
you have unfinished business.
Did you love your father, Lackham?
Shut
That was
up.
mean. Oh, he
Did
said
you-
you to shut up. That's mean. You're trying to
it-
have a conversation.
It's okay, Tiny. He's just a mean little spirit, angry and all fooled around. Listen, Lackham, the truth here is, and I'm pointing to Tiny, I'm like, the truth is here,
Oh, right.
Go around him and go behind him and then hit him and then tackle him to the ground and then I'll take my fucking gun and I'll shoot him in the head.
He's like, I don't know what you mean.
no, more about your father and mummy, and 1 second.
And then when he's on the ground, I'll shoot him in the head. And then
Brother, he's a ghost. He's a ghost. I can't tackle ghosts.
Remember my family.
Well, do you remember the people who wrote this letter?
let's try it anyway and see what happens.
All right, I'll try it, but I don't think it's going to work. I feel I'm just going to hit the ground.
Well, let's see what
Right.
happens.
What
Should I sneak this way or that way?
That way, it's the easier way. It's shorter.
All right, fine. I'll go that way.
And then I'll shoot him.
I know how to tackle people.
Do you have any feelings about that parchment there? Your friends abandoned you, obviously.
Vengeance.
Yes, you said so.
Murder.
Yes. And I'm watching Tiny get into position.
Should I do it now?
Yes, do it now, you twit.
All right, and I jump on the ghost.
Do it.
I do it. I just jump right at it. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, you do. This is a role-playing game.
Well, yeah, that's true. She's got a point. Oh, she's got a point. All right, that is 11.
You got 2 points.
Right.
Okay, you leap on the ghastly form of Lackham, and you pierce his ghostly skin with your super scorpion
That's right.
punching gloves. How much damage do you do?
Super scorpion punching gloves. That's what I'm deeming them. All right, let's do it. All right, I've got a martial weapon now. 1d6 plus 1 must be wielded in main hand. Well, I mean...
No, I would do great weapon. Oh, uses 2 hands. Oh, that's 2. Oh, never mind.
Well, it might be light weapon still, but it gets a poison bonus.
Yeah.
I feel that's probably right. Cool. Well, here we go. Rolling a 1d6. Oh, that's a natural 6.
Nicely done.
I get +1 for a skill that I've got, and then I get that's whatever poison damage. Right. Oh, you're right. That's
We'll just
pretty
call
good.
it +1 poison damage on anything that you deal. So what's the total?
The total is 8 damage.
Okay. You start like punching this thing with your scorpion fists, and your hands sort of slowly sink into its being, like you're pushing it through like pudding.
This is for telling my brother to shut up.
And it turns around at you like your fists kind of drag through its body as it rolls over, and you've got it sort of pinned to the ground, and it reaches out at your face and puts both hands on your face.
Don't eat my soul.
And it tries to do just that. It tries to eat your soul, and I rolled
No.
snake eyes.
Oh, wow.
That's very good, yeah.
So
I'm
it
gonna
just gets a big handful of your shirt, and it just like feels your shirt for a little while.
Do you like that? It's Egyptian cotton, actually.
What do you mean? What is this?
Egyptian
Does it look like his punches hurt him?
Yes.
Perfect. Then I'm going to shoot it in the face. And I'm going to say,
You need to deal with your anger issues.
and I fire at it.
Cool. Try your best.
Coupe de grace. 7, 8, 9 to hit.
Okay, that's still a mixed success.
Partial success, yeah. Okay. So I succeed at dealing damage. So it'll be 1d6 plus 1 plus 2. Oh, so that's 2 plus, so 4 damage.
Okay.
And then missed success.
I will say the bullet.
It's weeping.
The bullet travels through the ghast's body into the foot of your brother.
What?
And so you shoot through this ghost, injuring it, and you additionally hurt your brother, who is straddling it and punching it in its whole being.
All right, now
brutal.
I've got armor.
So
I've got armor.
Yeah.
So depending on how much damage he does.
Well, I would say that because it's been slowed, the bullet has been slowed significantly because of its passage through this being.
Right.
Maybe 2 damage because you were to have dealt 4, right?
Well, it's just so lucky that I brought my steel-toed boots today because I was thinking that I'm going to be walking through a desert. Why would I bring steel-toed shoes? Just in case someone shoots me in the foot with a bullet. And this is exactly what happened. And so I'm fine.
That's awesome.
That's right. Thank you.
Interesting. I can't read all of that right now.
Yeah, it's a lot. I just read it. There we go.
So you got shot. The ghost got shot. It is Tiny's turn again. Tiny, you just got shot in the foot by your brother.
Ow! Oi, boy! Brother! Don't shoot me in the foot, please!
Oh, sorry, it was completely an accident. I tried shooting him in...
Oh, no, it's alright. Say no more. If it was an accident, that's fine. Don't
Good.
worry about
It was definitely an accident.
The ghost is just pawing at your chest. Revenge! Revenge!
Alright, I'm going to just try to just tear you apart. I'm sorry, but you're mean. And I start just thrashing with my claws, trying to like pull his incorporeal form apart.
Mm-hmm.
With the scorpion tail claws. Alright, let's see if I can do this.
It's the sound that it makes. Yeah.
Oh no, alright, that is only a 6. That's not enough to do it.
No, it's not. And your ineffectual flailings allow this creature to get its hands on either side of your face finally as you try to land a punch. It's like cold skeletal fingers touch your hands and it starts to sap the life out of you. It drains 1d6 life out of you.
Oof.
4
Alright,
life. And you can
it's a good thing. I've also... Well, is this attacking my armor?
No, it's not. It's not attacking your armor. This is attacking your life essence. So it takes 4 of your hit points and it gives itself that health back. It gets more powerful.
I'm going to shoot it in the head again.
Do it.
Do it. That's a good idea.
This one's for me.
And it's 7, 8, 9 to hit again. So I guess
Cool.
again.
Yeah.
And come on, more than a 1. Oh my gosh. 4 damage again.
4 damage.
Especially where it was.
Yep.
Oh. Alright. I'm fine, never mind.
And somehow, as a mixed success, something happens. Maybe, Captain Matheson, maybe you are like blown off balance by firing your gun, or maybe your gun's jammed.
I'll go off balance.
Okay, so you sit down hard. Your gun sort of backfires in your face because guns do that.
Of course.
Ooh. God damn.
And so you are ill prepared for your next turn. Tiny, you just got withered.
Alright. This is getting ridiculous. I'm going to try and smash this thing into the ground with my elbows. Just... Let's see if I can defeat it that way. Alright. I roll now. 2 D6.
Nice.
Bitchin'!
Nicely done.
That's what we
Thank you.
needed.
That's what we needed. Alright, do I do max damage or do I...
Of course you do. Well, I mean, you
course.
do whatever you like.
Alright, well...
Just fly
here's
out of the
what I
temple.
wanna do.
Yeah.
Alright,
You find a genie in a lamp.
knowing how I beat the scorpion, I look for this creature's tail, but I can't find it. So I just grab onto anything I can grab. I find its leg, and I start spinning it around. Around. It's my signature move. Every time I go around, Matheson has to duck. Every time he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, why are you doing this?
You shouldn't have called my brother stupid. Actually, I don't think you did that.
You said
just
shut
think
up,
you-
I think.
And the ghost is like, wow!
Told him to shut up, and I did not like that. And I throw him towards a wall, and I hear a as it hits the wall and turns into like ectoplasm.
As it slides down the wall.
Oh, Tiny.
Oh, that was vengeance. All right, sorry. I'm getting a phone. I'm getting a ring here. All right.
What is that bizarre contraption in your hands?
Oh, it's a cell phone. You don't have a cell phone,
I
brother.
know, of course I do. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Right, it's the 20s after all.
Let's go check his body. And I walk over and I like start rubbing the ectoplasm.
Yeah, it's just jelly.
Hey. Smells like afterlife.
Just made of jelly.
Well, he must have been guarding something. Let's take a peeksy-weeksy. And I start walking down the hallway.
Ooh, all right.
So as you walk down the hallway, you come into a large chamber, presumably that which this white lacum came from. And what else? Exiting from this chamber, there is a staircase going up again. Within the chamber, you find a minor amount of silverware, plates, coins, but no treasure worth killing or dying for.
There must be more to this place.
Oh, well, shall we go a different direction?
No, let's keep going. But I first, and I
Oh,
pull I pull an old dusty knapsack off the floor that might have been Lackham's, and I strap it to Tiny's back, and I start loading up with silverware.
We're taking all of this.
Well, oh, all right. Then...
You'll never know when we need a plate. What if Mum comes for dinner this year again? Remember
Oh,
last
that
year?
would be lovely.
We
I
didn't even
miss
have a
Mum.
proper spoon. Yes, I miss Mummy too. Mummy.
All right, Mummy.
Mummy.
Mummy. I love mummies.
Me
Our
too.
mummy's the best mummy.
Yeah, she is.
Do you think we'd run into a mummy today?
If I do, I'm going to hug her. I hope she smells of lilac.
Yeah? You think she's here? Here, in
Mum.
the pyramid?
Our mummy?
Oh, a mummy. Our mummy.
A mummy or our mummy?
One of the mummies. I feel maybe there could be a mummy in here. And if there's mummies in here, well, our mummy's a mummy, therefore, it might be her. Right?
Well, did we just kill a mummy?
No, we killed a ghost. That was a ghost. Right.
And there's probably no mummies. Let's continue. I'll do a perception check in this room quickly first, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case there's, like, anything.
Things to perceive.
8.
Yeah, you don't see anything particularly important apart from the staircase that leads up.
Perfect. Let's head upstairs, and perhaps we'll find what we're looking for.
As you head upstairs, you encounter another landing. Then the staircase changes direction, and you come to, so far, what you would think to be probably the topmost part of the pyramid. It's hard to tell from being inside, but you find some kind of mechanism. It's level with the floor.
Oh, sorry. It's a creaky door.
Yeah, there's lots of creaky doors in here.
It's just getting very hot in here.
It's a series of pulleys and levers attached by a heavy chain to a piece of the floor.
Okay.
It is a giant paving stone that occupies the entire width of the hallway, beyond which the corridor turns sharply right and out of view.
Maybe we should check that out before opening this big thing on the floor.
I feel like watching things move, and it looks like this is something that's going to move, right? Is there a lever? Is there a lever somewhere?
Is there a lever somewhere?
There's like a mechanism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to like operate it or see what it does? Or-
Yeah. You presume that you would be able to operate that if you put all of your strength to it. There's kind of a hand crank jutting out of one of the sides of this mechanism that you could use to crank this
Hey,
mechanism.
brother. You know what? It looks like this is going to take some strength here. And you remember what I did last year? You remember?
Yes, you've
I
only
bet-
mentioned it 30,000 fucking times. Yes, you won the strongman competition, and you know what? If I'm
Yeah.
being honest,
What?
I don't think it was fair that you entered the all-female competition in drag. I think you should have done the other men, but fair enough. Who am I to say?
What?
You won, and that's all that's important.
Well, I wasn't going to go up against a whole bunch of men because they will be. Well, all right, I suppose. Actually, I just wanted to wear a dress. That's the real reason why I entered the women's competition.
Well, truth be told, I put on mummy's clothing as well sometimes.
It fits us very nicely.
I wonder if that's why we never saw mum and dad in the same room.
Well,
This is the true mystery of the game.
Was mummy and daddy the same person? It would make sense. She did have a penis. And she did often look a lot like Father in a wig.
yes, and she just sounded like, yeah,
It sounded like Father
talking
in a higher register,
higher
didn't it?
voice. Yeah, kind of like this. Oi, boys,
And
get
she
to
did sound
work.
like that. Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna pull this lever.
Yes. Yes.
And you turn the crank on this winch mechanism, and as you do, the pillar that the mechanism is attached to, this large paving stone, it is pulled up into the ceiling, blocking your path forward. As the mechanism cranks, finally you get to a point where the corridor is entirely obscured, and it clicks, and you find that you can't move it either direction anymore.
Oh, I fixed it.
Did you just block our path forward?
I think I did. Yeah, I think.
Why did you do that? Let's go investigate. And I walk over and I'll take a look if it can be fixed.
It is it's a big stone pillar that seems to have been brought all the way up to meet the ceiling by your strong half brother Tiny.
Well, there's always the other way.
You can't turn it back the other way, can you?
No, I mean we could just go back down and see if there's another way around.
Right, maybe we revealed a secret passage. Let's go!
What?
And we run back down.
You run back down, and you
Skipping.
find you skip back
The
down.
whole way.
How the fuck does this work now? Column can be raised up by turning the winch. It is hard work.
It was not very hard work. I
No,
will
you
say.
made it look very easy.
I didn't even have to roll for it.
No, I saw you doing it. You're a very strong boy.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
I
Mother.
grunted. Those grunts.
Just like mother, father. Just like mother and father.
Mother was very strong, wasn't she?
They were pretty
And
much
father.
identically strong. Mind you, I never saw them in the
Right.
same room together, so...
Me neither.
So you are able to move down through the upper chamber, in which the remains of Lacam are like spread all over the walls. Seems to be normal up until you move down to the statue of Anubis, whose staff is clicked back into the original position.
I pull it back, and we run all the way upstairs again.
Clunk!
Why'd you do that?
Because you stopped our exit.
And I pull it back and I run all the way back up.
You do.
Oh, all right. I suppose that makes sense.
So as you pull the staff of Anubis back down, you hear the sliding, grinding, terrible sound as the stone pillar falls back into place, revealing that upper chamber.
We fixed it. That must have been what let Lackham out. We must have released his spirit from behind the stone pillar. Stop!
And I slap his hands off.
You start turning around.
Now let's go.
Oh,
We start moving
sorry.
into the next area.
Again, dimly lit by the candle that is melted to a scorpion tail affixed to your half-brother's beefy hand. You enter a small chamber. There is a sarcophagus inside.
Oh, you think there's a mummy in there? You think mummy's in there?
Or Daddy, maybe.
Daddy, mummy, daddy,
We've come this far.
And we walk over the sarcophagus.
mummy, we've come for you.
Is it
Push harder, harder. Do you feel the burn yet?
And
Alright,
the
that was
grinding
mostly
is just
me.
my feet against the floor as I push myself back. Like I'm just like pushing myself away from it because it's so heavy.
All right.
Is it off yet?
Yeah, I lifted it off. Or is it? Do I need to roll for that?
No, you can just do it. You're a big boy. You
Alright.
clang the heavy stone lid? Yeah, lid of the sarcophagus off of the container? What are the pieces of a sarcophagus called?
The coffin.
The top comes off the bottom part,
I think it's the lid.
revealing riches beyond your wildest imagining. Jewels, gilded plates,
And
jewelry, gold coins, and
Captain Shaw looks at it. Oh my god, it's all true. And he takes a half step back and pulls his gun and aims at a tiny.
Brother, will you put that away, brother?
No. And I don't need to make this ridiculous accent anymore. I only brought you here for one fucking thing, Tiny. And it's because I knew that you'd get through. You and your dumb ox brain. But your strong muscles. I knew that you could do it. And here we are.
Brother,
Quiet.
why aren't you talking in your posh accent anymore?
This is my real accent and you know it.
I know, but I like the posh accent. I
Don't
thought
make
it
me
was
use this
dignified.
on you, you son of a bitch.
What? You'd put a bullet in your own brother?
Yeah, I used you. That's all I wanted.
Brother,
wanted-
that's downright mean. Mummy, wait till Mummy hears about this. She's not.
Mummy's
and
dead.
Poppy
Poppy's
Well-
dead as well. I killed them both.
killed them both.
I killed them both before we left.
Brother,
Yeah.
don't
And I'm
kill
gonna
your
kill
parents.
you right here inside this
Don't
temple.
Don't
And
kill
there's
your
nothing
brother.
you can do about it.
Don't,
Now you listen
don't
here.
kill your-
Move, and
This
I
is
move,
wrong.
and I point towards the front of the sarcophagus. Move.
You're not supposed to. You're not. No,
Tiny,
you
I
don't
will
kill
shoot you in the
people.
fucking head right here.
What do you want me to do? Put my hands
Stand
on this
over there,
sarcophagus?
and I point towards
sarcophagus?
the wall on the sarcophagus. Over
You
there.
put my hands on the wall. Oh, brother. Oh,
No.
put my hands on the wall. Oh, look at me.
Turn around.
Oh, look at me. Put my hand. Oh, turn
For
around,
years I've been
brother.
made fun of being the younger brother, the smaller brother, that's the joke. I wanted to give acting a try and no one gave me a try. No one believed I could make it happen. And with this money I get a chance to be on stage. I get a chance to be heard. I get to make my break. No more toting after Tiny. No more after having to take care of you and your dumb ox brain. It's my time to shine.
Well, brother, I have a question.
What's your fucking question before I blow your brains out?
Does this mean I can't have a hoster? I just want a hoster. That's the only reason I'm on this trip. I just want to buy a plant. You can take all this. I don't even think there's a pound here. I feel like it's mostly gold. I can't spend gold.
I'm gonna take
Just
all of it. I'm gonna leave
all
you
of it.
here.
I only
Dead
need-
body here.
I need eight pounds.
And
Actually,
you know what else, Tiny?
shillings,
You know what
probably.
else? Shut up.
What?
You know what else?
What?
And I press the barrel right to his head and I say,
Oh,
This.
boy, that hurts.
this
Right.
is acting. And scene. And I drop the gun on the floor.
Oh, brother! Brother!
Did
that
you
was
believe
your,
that?
That was
That was
your
quite
best
good,
performance
wasn't it?
yet.
Thank
That
you.
was very good.
Thank
That
you,
was
thank
good.
you. Yes, I
No.
needed that. All right.
So does this mean I can get a hoster?
Yeah, of course, brother. With all this, we can buy all the hostas we want, and furthermore, I think we can open that hosta plant we've been thinking of for a long time, right on the corner next to Yelp.
Hoster nursery
As both
slash
of you
theater.
turn back from your confrontation against the wall, turn back to the sarcophagus expectantly, and indeed there's like the whoa glow of treasure coming from within the sarcophagus, but there is also the torso of a mummy just like poking out of the treasure, just regarding you guys, kind of like, what the fuck are you even doing?
Just one more minute. We're just about to talk about our plans. I think we're going
And it's like crawling out of the sarcophagus
And I
towards.
reach down and I pick up my gun. And I fire it.
Right. I'm thinking 17 hostas in one room, and then
5, 6, 7 to hit.
Mixed, so you do hit and you blow a big piece of its brain out. If you want to roll damage real quick.
4, 5, 6 damage.
Nice, and it lunges itself at you and it starts to throttle you around the
I was only acting.
neck. You take 3 damage as it squeezes the life out of your throat.
brother! I say as I try to pull the thing off of him.
The, like,
Get off of him, mummy!
necrotic tissue, desiccated flesh is just like flapping around with the bandages.
Quit your flapping. Let's do this. Alright, that's an 8.
An 8,
Mixed
okay,
success.
deal some damage.
Alright, so, mummy, I don't like you. You don't like me. But I'm gonna do damage to you because I don't like you more than you don't like me. That is 4 points of damage plus 1. Plus 1. So,
So
5
5.
points of damage.
So you pull off one of the arms that's like strangling your brother, and as you do, like a big swath of bandages comes off with it, and it sort of like wraps you up, and you're sort of restrained, and it like pulls you towards itself with its spare hand. It's like dragging you, and it tries to take a bite out of you with its rotting teeth.
Don't eat me, mummy.
Ooh, and it does. It takes a big chunk out of you.
How much?
Oh, not a very big chunk. 2 damage,
Alright,
which
2 damage.
absorbed by your armor.
Right, so I actually wore a 1800s breastplate with me. I wear it under my
Just under your
garments.
t-shirt.
Yeah, it was grandparents gave it to me as a parting gift.
So the mummy's like dragging you towards it, salivating, trying to bite you, and it's like clang.
And I
Head
go to-
reverberates.
And I'm like, don't worry, brother. I'm going to save the day. And I aim up the perfect shot for its head, and the gun jams. Which is Colin Burkhart's XP.
Yeah, he meant for that to happen when you were threatening your brother, though. So I'm
Oh.
not sure if that is the way that he would like that to roll.
Perfect. Then the gunshot sings out clean, because
Yes, it does.
I was only trying to make him happy, because I love 4, 5, 6. I miss, and I'm going to use my lucky skill.
Well, okay. Zia also said, can I spend a regular XP to give Harlan a reroll at the beginning of the game tonight?
Well, lucky I get to do for free anyway, so I'm going to reroll anyway, and then if it sucks, there we go. 6, 7. Well, lucky's the skill I have. I never got to use it yet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Full success.
There you are.
What was that accent?
There you are. Oh, very good.
Eight.
I thought it was perfect. It was a
I
great
loved
accent.
it.
Whatever
That
it
was a compliment, babe. That was not a.
There we are.
There we are.
What does it look like when you blow this mummy to smithereens?
It's
like gnawing on your brother.
So here's what happens. Yeah, he's gnawing on my brother, and I take a shot, and I lean back, and I take a deep breath, and I say, "This time, it's not acting." And I fire, and the bullet sings slow motion across as like opera plays, which is my version of opera, and it goes straight to the mummy's head.
Interesting.
You know that song? I can't remember how it goes.
Madam Butterfly, I
Sure, that one. And it just like exits and like dust cloud brain sings out, and Tiny like turns as like a little bit of black blood splatters, and he curls over, and the mummy goes flying back, and as it smashes against, dust just goes outside of it, and in slow motion, Captain Shaw goes.
blows a big spitty raspberry all over the barrel of his gun.
And then it comes back to full motion. Says, "God,
Did that feel slow motion just then?
You were doing it slow. I don't know why. It was rather strange, but interesting technique. I think it's dead, brother. I think you killed it.
Dead. Of course it's dead.
Oh, all right. Well, sorry, mummy. We killed you.
And I walk over and stand next to Tiny.
We loved you, Mummy, but you were no good for us. You tried to bite Tiny. Oh God, I used my real name. You tried to bite us, Mummy. No, don't say that. I've changed my name. I go by Captain Matheson Shaw now. Don't call me that. Fine, but just for today.
Teeny.
Oh, right, but shh. No one else that gets us can know. Come on, Tiny.
So you
Scoop up
guys
some of this gold and get the fuck out of here.
All right, let's go.
Treasure into your.
Oh, I was just gonna say like we go, and then like we like don't even like grab the money. We get to the end and we're like, I feel like we forgot something.
Link arms.
No, I don't think so. What we found was more worthwhile than any sort of fortune.
And I figure we start skipping off to the sand dunes and then stop about halfway through. And you can't hear the audio, but you just see us turn around and start walking back, being like,
Skip back.
Like quickly, like right.
Yeah.
Fortunes.
Teeny and tiny.
You do so. I mean, there's some like lever raising and lowering for a little while, but basically that's the end of this one-page dungeon.
Hey!
ladies and gentlemen, the end. Now, the fun part. Let's share.
Sorry that ended a little bit early.
What time is it?
That's all
Oh,
right.
nice.
It's only
No, that's okay.
10:22.
Yeah, whatever. We can talk for a bit. Let's also share the fucking picture.
Oh, of course, yeah. So this is called The Pyramid Scheme, and
Yeah.
it was written by Mike O'Regan. If you look up One
I'm
Shot
uploading
Dungeons,
it to Discord right now.
So yeah, there you can see that's exactly everything that I
I'm really
worked from.
eager to see this. How accurate you had it.
It's funny because I was describing the Oasis and Justin was like, "Actually, it's a fever dream," and I was like, "Great, it's totally just pretend Oasis. Doesn't matter."
Oh, what does it say?
Nice.
Heroes come across an uncharted oasis dominated by foreboding pyramids, a small tattered tent, which we saw. Fish in the water and crocodiles.
Can
to
you
eat them.
screen share?
Yeah, of course. How do I do that now? It's gonna be.
Who was the one who gave you the suggestion about at the climax of the game really sell the idea that Matheson had been planning to betray Tiny all along?
Oh, that was Chris Sparrow and Bjorn, which I tried, but it just felt too dark.
That was fun though.
It was
I
Oh
fun.
my
like
god. John, great idea. John said, seriously, we have to do a Broodling one-page dungeon contest.
Oh,
I think that's awesome.
That is a great idea.
Right?
Yes. That's fucking awesome. Let's do it, please. Okay,
Yeah.
first let's share this. Let's walk through this because this sounds
Okay,
fun.
let's walk through
Okay, can
it.
everyone see this?
Yeah.
So, lost in the desert, our heroes stumble across an uncharted oasis dominated by foreboding pyramids. There's a small tattered tent. So yeah, you had that right. So I guess we missed it on this encounter because
In the
Justin made
tent,
it
go
fake.
to the top right side.
Yeah. The tent has clearly been abandoned for years. Inside are a bedroll, a small bottle containing a healing potion, and a faded letter. Oh, you had 2 potions, I guess, for us.
One was just water.
Okay. Lackham, if you are reading this, you must escape. We knew that. The burial chamber, that's the ending.
It kind of goes like again to the left. Yeah.
I see.
Oasis.
Fish in the water and crocodiles to eat them. Wild camels come at sunset, and a male lion with a burnt muzzle to hunt them. Giant scorpions come coma at night, and death brings vultures. Wow.
Yeah. So scroll down.
Yeah, where's the entrance? I guess here.
Right there,
Entrance. A 5-foot wide, 5-foot high stairway descends into the darkness. A lifeless feeling emanates from below.
Mm-hmm. And then
Interesting. So this is the winch.
yeah, you can't get out while while Anubis's staff is pulled.
Cool. Okay. So the winch.
It's
the
a tricky mechanic, and I didn't fully understand it because there's 3 levels and it only shows 2.
Yeah, like how would you get in technically, right?
Exactly.
Because it wouldn't sink low enough.
No,
to...
it's up right now. It's in the up position when you come into the pyramid.
Yeah.
Pulling the staff makes the whole pillar fall down, so you can't escape. But it reveals the chamber with the demon.
Mm-hmm.
And it also allows you to get into the... But it does... So...
Yeah, I don't know how that
like
works.
the very top of this area with the winch and the final room, it doesn't really connect. So
Oh, I'm
that's what I
thinking.
had to like kind of figure out how it worked.
I'm wondering. Oh, well, I'm wondering if you had to like stand on top of it, top
Mm-hmm.
of the winch, and then
Maybe.
have it.
Well, we'll keep reading. The column can be raised back up by turning the winch. It is hard work. It takes person's strength. It's too stiff for most magical effects to turn. When the column gets back to the top, Anubis' staff clicks and the column is held again. The 2 openings are never open at the same time, even for a moment. When the column is halfway up, both exits are blocked. Okay. Lackham, who we saw, abandoned by his friends and overcome by the shadows. Lackham is a powerful undead wight who seeks vengeance on the living and then escapes from the pyramid. Play him real mean for me. Anyone he kills turns into a shadow and joins the others. Woo.
So you guys didn't stay long enough, but when shadows fall, anyone left alone in the pyramid will start to hear whispering, then torches and lanterns flicker and undead shadows emerge. There are too many to fight, and anyone they slay takes Lackham's place if he has been destroyed. So that would be a fun thing to do if you had like a big party playing this.
Yeah.
You have one of the characters die and then give them a monster stat block to run, I feel like, and then
That'd
they
be
can
cool.
help you try to kill the PCs.
Yeah. When the column is down, there is no longer an exit from the pyramids. The upper chamber can now be accessed, and anything in there can come out. The first time it falls, when the echoes have died, it says at last. Oh, yeah. The lower chamber was plundered long ago. Now outward to the elements, it has become the lair of giant scorpions. Use 1 scorpion for every 2 characters. 1 scorpion for every 2. Joe, you added a second. You cheated.
Yeah, you had a gun.
At the back of
Yeah,
the
but
room.
you got
once-
the. There was a like a success with a.
What?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just teasing.
You guys,
anyway.
you guys
At
fucked
the back
them
of the
up.
room.
You guys fucked up
was like
the
a
one
semi-good
sufficiently that
roll.
I was like, oh,
Totally,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
put another one in.
At the back of the room, among scattered debris, lies the remains of many previous victims of the scorpions, including a small amount of scattered gold and silver coins. Statue of Anubis. Careful examination will reveal that the staff acts as a lever. When pulled, it releases the column, which falls in the pit, making a sound loud enough to wake the dead. And then
that's
finally,
the entire thing. Oh, Burial
chamber. When the column is down, a secret room can be accessed. It contains a sarcophagus holding riches beyond all dreams, and a mummy, of course.
You like
I thought
that?
maybe you added the mummy afterwards. That's good.
Oh no.
Cute. Well,
Yeah.
hey, you did a fantastic job, Joe.
Thank you.
You know what I love about those one-page dungeons, besides the
They're-
fact that they're
Mind blowing. There's
I was
so
gonna say-
many varieties.
there's so many, and besides the fact that they're easy and pick up and da-da-da, there's something really awesome about seeing the way that a GM translates that page into a game. It's almost like my favorite thing when the game is done to see the page and be like, oh, okay, like how does this work out? That's a really cool thing about these one-page dungeons. to see how it gets translated, because it doesn't work for modules. It's sort of the same, but because a lot of it is just hypertext, there's so much vagueness, but you're literally describing sort of a dungeon that's drawn out, so it's sort of cool, and that's the entirety of it. Great intro too, by the way. Great characters and characterization. I had a lot of fun with that.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt like we had to sort of have an opportunity to really role play out. I was considering giving us a third party member to go through the pyramid with, but I kind of just wanted it to be a bit of a buddy comedy almost.
It definitely was a buddy comedy, and it was the best buddy comedy on
You
earth.
guys make me crack right out. It's pretty adorable.
Made me crack.
Yeah, there were some funny moments. There were some
Yeah.
funny times.
Well, it is early, but I think we're going to end it there because I'm pretty
Yeah.
tired. I got Henry tonight, and he knows, I guess, because I'm sure he's
I
going
have
to be
to-
up crying a little bit.
I have to work tomorrow morning too.
We all have to work tomorrow
Wah,
morning.
wah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Let's do
We need
Endgame
to
next
end
week.
game, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
The first person, when I started describing the rattling sound of the scorpion, listed like 4 things, and 3 of them were like in the module. So I wanted to find out who that was. Or
Counter David Johns for kicking off the Extra Life donations.
David Johns. I totally agree.
I think the fact that not only did he like take the initiative to be like, hey, I want to do this, he also was like, anyone who wants to donate, I'm gonna match like with XP. I think that's so fucking amazing. So to me, hands down, David Johns gets it tonight. Thank you, David, for being such a supporter. Thank you to those who donated to Extra Life. We're going to keep pumping it, and we're going to keep talking about it as much as we can. And November 3rd is going to be a lot of fun. That is it for me. I hope you have a great night. As my great friend Joe always likes to say,
It is my bedtime.
it's your bedtime, guys. Good night.
Good